What's up, listener? Thank you for pressing play. This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we take a look back at an amazing year for superhero movies as friend of the show, John Bellotti Jr. joins us to discuss the best and worst fight scenes, performances, and moments from this year. And we give you our final combined rankings of 2018. And there will be spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
All that and more in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, January 3rd, 2019.
Check one. All right. This is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We talking, we nerded. We funny, disturbing. We talking, we nerded. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah. We talking, we nerded. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. We talking, we nerded. We spoiler alert.
Yo, what's up, listener? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to the first Jock and Nerd podcast of 2019, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
Joining us this week, special guest. He's a fellow pixel pusher, and he's got more opinions than there are Godzilla movies. It's John Bellotti Jr. What's up, Bellotti?
What's up, dudes?
No, that's not, are you okay? Something wrong with your voice?
Fuck.
Hey, guys. I'm doing my rug boy. This is what he sounds like, right?
Long time. Listen, Bellotti.
You sound like...
What's the matter, guys? I'm from New York, right? Isn't this what he sounds like?
You sound like a New York crossdresser.
It's transgender, okay? Give me a cigarette, will you?
Transgender, crossdresser,
Transsexual.
This is why we only have you on once every 6 months, Bellotti.
Exactly.
You gotta get more on. You gotta lay off the testosterone and get on the estrogen.
But I need him.
Where is Ruggs? You guys joining us live via satellite is our Felty correspondent, our puppet on the street, live from Sesame Street. It's Rug Boy. Ruggs.
Can you hear me?
Ruggs, how's it going?
Hold on, I had a mic in my hand. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear, Ruggs.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on Sesame Street right now.
Big scandal this week over on the Sesame Street. We had to send you in to get the word. What's the mood down there on Sesame Street?
It's kind of fucked up. Like, Elmo is locked himself in his room with his crayons.
Oh, no. Is he back on the crack pipe again?
No, he's not smoking crack.
Okay, good.
He's like snuggled up against Mr. Noodle right now.
Oh, geez. Has anybody seen Grover? Is he around? Is he missing?
Grover is persona non grata right now.
Oh, geez. Well, you guys know why. Did you hear the big story?
I'm very confused.
Grover dropped the F-bomb. Oh, shit. On Sesame Street, allegedly.
Nice.
So
there's tape of this.
We have
I remember
clip.
you mentioning this. Yeah.
We're going to play this clip. It repeats it a couple times so you can get a good feel. I want you guys to tell me, did he say it or not? Here it is. And then, Ruggs, you'll give us the official ruling.
Sure.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. Move the camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. Move the camera. Yes, that sounds like
He
an
was
excellent
in the middle
idea.
of doing a nude photo shoot with Abby.
Oh, shit. I think...
Camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
All right, so what is the defense against him not swearing? What are they saying?
He didn't swear.
No.
I don't
What did he
think
say?
he did.
Oh, I think he did.
I think he did, too. I think it slipped out.
Even if he didn't, it's definitely sounds so close.
But what was the word he was supposed to say?
Yeah, what's he trying to say?
I read it somewhere, but he's basically, if you listen to it another way, you'll hear him say that not the F-bomb.
Camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
So
That
he
sounds
says,
like an excellent idea.
Yes, that's a fucking excellent idea. Or that sounds? I don't hear the word sounds in there anywhere.
That sounds like a excellent idea.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No.
I think it slipped out.
Listen to it again.
I think
sounds like a.
I think it slipped out. Okay, hold on. One last time.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
No.
Move
See?
the camera.
That sounds like an excellent-
Yes, that sounds like an excellent.
Oh, that
I can
sounds
hear it.
like an excellent idea. It is kind of like Laurel versus
it's what
Yanni.
it is. Yeah, it is.
It's a Laurel
Wow.
versus Yanni.
All right, play it one more time.
Okay.
I want to hear it if I can see her fucking.
Excellent idea. Move the camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. Move the camera. Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
It's both things. It's
Oh,
both
wow.
things.
That's
That's kind of
strange.
tough.
I hear both of them
Now
back
I'm hearing
and forth.
sounds.
Now I'm just gonna say that and then not get in trouble for saying the F word.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds like
What is he trying to? So what do we think he's saying? That's
a fucking excellent idea.
That's a fucking and then sounds like
that. But then he's saying that sounds like an excellent. That's tough.
Wow.
I
heard both at that.
I'm just gonna believe that he let the F bomb go.
Yeah,
he
didn't
could.
drop
Look,
that
Grover's a douche anyway. He wears a stupid superhero costume. I always told him never to do that because I read comics. He doesn't know anything about superheroes.
But he can fly. He can fly.
No, he's
We've
a
seen him fly.
cosplayer.
He is a cosplayer.
He's a low budget cosplayer.
He's a poser.
Yeah, he's touching. He doesn't have the fucking goods, man.
All right, good.
He didn't say fucking
wear
goods. He said he doesn't sounds like the goods. What?
That was
doesn't sound like the goods. Ruggs, you're going to do the rest of the show from Sesame Street. If you are a new listener, check out our website. Check out the show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/255 for all the links of everything we're going to talk about. Time code, how to get in touch with the show, how to subscribe to the show for free so you never miss a show. Let's get to the meat of the show. You saw the title. I can't wait to talk about these superhero movies of 2018, guys.
I can come back if you hit some kind of
Okay, Ruggs, let's get you back here.
No, I need a sound effect to come back, like some kind of a whoop, and then I'll be back into the show.
How about this?
My balls was hot.
No, you don't have that little slidey thing that whoop?
No, I don't. It's not loaded. You get here, ding, there. Get on the train, and you're back home. There you go.
The theater of the mind is completely destroyed now.
He was on Sesame Street briefly. You guys, we are here to do our third annual ranking of the year's superhero movies. We did this in 2016, did it in 2017, and then this year. And Bellotti always joins us and fucks up the rankings. This is why it's great to have him on here.
He's the monkey wrench.
Well, we leave the rankings to the end and make you listen to other shit first, right?
Well, we're going to go through these movies that we are going to rank and give quick comments what we remember, what we thought about them. It was a fucking good year for Marvel fans, Marvel characters from multiple studios, and a good year for the box office. This year, worldwide all-time high made $41.7 billion. At the worldwide box office, Disney accounted for $7.3 billion of that.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Yes. Disney is still the only studio to cross $7 billion in 1 year, and they've done it twice. Wow. They did it in 2016, and they've repeated it this year. They'll probably do it next year.
When will Disney own Bellotti? Is my question.
Probably pretty soon. By the end of this
already.
By the end of the show. Definitely.
Yeah, they already do.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They own your sweet ass Bellotti.
Your happiness is my happiness.
They own his sweet ass.
Sweet ass. Domestically, this year brought in $11.9 billion at the movies. This was also higher than 2016. Disney accounted for just a little over $3 billion of that domestic total. Almost a fucking third.
Oh, shit.
But overall, attendance in North America was up 4 to 5%. More people were going to the movies this year. More people were having fun. I don't know.
Movie Pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it because of the Movie Pass, these subscription things? Will this be the wave of the future? Perhaps. Bellotti, do you have a Movie Pass? Do you have any of these things?
No, I don't.
Do you have any interest in doing these things?
There's not enough good movies coming out for me to want to invest in that.
I don't know. Next year, there's a lot of fucking crazy shit coming out. The most superhero movies ever.
How much is it? The AMC Movie Pass is dead, isn't it?
Movie Pass has got to be dead. I think a lot of people are quitting.
At this point.
The AMC is like $20 a month.
Yeah, $20.
I know.
That's not bad. Yeah, but if you gotta go like 3 times a week.
You have to go like 3 times to make it worth it.
Although AMC, if you have your Stubbs member, Tuesdays movies are $5. It's very nice.
Yeah,
so go on Tuesdays. Nice. Yes. All right. Here's the movies we're gonna rank in the second half of the show. In February of 2018, Marvel Disney gave us Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler and written by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert Cole. This thing's sitting at Rotten Tomatoes 97%, 8.2 out of 10. It made a shit ton of money. Opening weekend, a staggering $202 million.
Jesus Christ.
Finishes the domestic run $700 million. Worldwide, $1.3 billion.
Oh, shit.
And I don't know how much the budget is. It was not available. Probably
like $200 million.
It made more domestically than Infinity War.
Yes, it did. Huge cultural
Not worldwide, but Infinity
impact.
War.
Yes. What do you guys think starting out the year this way? It's weird to think that this was even this year. It doesn't seem like it was this year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long year.
What's a year, really? There's no space and time. We made that shit up.
That's right. It's a construct.
Time is a construct, according to Kanye and a lot of scientists.
Yeah.
It's a choice, too. Wait, no, that was slavery.
Oh.
No, that's Kanye.
Ow.
Jesus. We're going there.
If we're going Kanye,
I got a Kanye alert. He may be on a new upcoming episode of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, shit.
I saw that.
That's going to be fucking crazy.
I was also a little bit disappointed because Kanye was rumored to be at Coachella this year.
Oh, and he dropped out.
And it didn't work out. And I'm going to Coachella. And instead, he's being replaced by Ariana Grande.
Well, she's going to take over the world, too, also.
She is taking over the world.
Yeah. But if anyone can handle his craziness, it's going to be Rogan. This is going to be great.
That'll be awesome. All right,
It's going to be fantastic.
continue.
Continuing in April, the movie we have been waiting for since the beginning of the MCU, the movie that should have been a mess, that shouldn't have worked on paper. Epic event, Avengers Infinity War, also from Marvel and Disney, directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, writers Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely.
Whoa.
84% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.5 out of 10. This thing smashes even more records. Black Panther smashed records. Opening weekend, $257 million fucking dollars.
Oh, shit.
That's insane. Finishes domestic $678 million, which is less than Black Panther.
Yeah, well.
Worldwide, $2 billion.
I mean, the reason why Avengers didn't make as much as Black Panther is because there was literally people like taking off from school, like classrooms going to see it.
Yeah.
Like grandmothers, everybody in their whole family going to see it.
They were taking boys and girls clubs, kids from all over the country for
there's
shows.
no way. That's a cultural event. You can't compete with that.
And it was an amazing, once-in-a-lifetime cultural event. The movie that got everyone screaming Wakanda forever. Like, it was awesome to see.
I think it's safe to say both movies were, at least domestically, a cultural event.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, this is $3 billion they made right here.
Yeah,
With
they're
these two fucking
both. I mean,
movies.
it's at that point $698, $700.
You can
whatever.
quantify the difference between the Marvel fans or movie fans, and then the difference between the extra people that came to see Black Panther.
Right.
You could see that there's about 30 million people or something like that.
And that's another amazing thing about Black Panther is it brought in more audience.
20-something million.
It brought in people who normally
audience.
More. Well, look, this Black Panther, my boss from work
Diversified the audience.
My boss who doesn't watch superhero movies, she took all of us to go see the movie from the trailer. She's like, we're going to see this movie. It looks amazing. I was like, wow, all right, cool, let's go. So it definitely it widened the audience. Bellotti, do you agree that the directing and writing team of Joe and Anthony Russo and Marcus and McFeely have given us like the best versions of these MCU characters to date?
1,000,000,000,000%.
Right? Why do they get it right? And other people don't so much.
Well, it's also Marcus and McFeely. And if you listen to, they were on a podcast, I think it was, Fat Man on Batman. And they basically talked about how they got into Marvel and how they got into Captain America. And just the way they approached the first Captain America movie, like just set the tone for how they would handle every other character.
Yeah.
But they're fans. That's first and foremost. They're fans. They understand the character. And that's all you have to do is bring that to the big screen. But that's why I like Spider-Man more in Civil War than in Homecoming. Same thing with Black Panther. I like him so much more in Civil War than than his own solo movie because they have their finger on the pulse. And they do callbacks to old Marvel movies, like having General Ross appear in Civil War. You know, they do a lot of nods to Marvel history, which is what makes them so good.
Anthony, best Thor in Infinity War we've seen so far?
100%. I'd say they built off of what Taika did with Thor, and then they made him a fully rounded character that acknowledged the loss that he had without laughing about it.
I don't know.
I would say the only thing I completely agree. I'd say Marcus and McFeely for sure are great, but I think they're great when they're paired with the Russos.
Yes.
I think the Russos and as well as Feige. I think that that combination is great when they're all together. I think the Russos really have Marcus and McFeely reined in because keep in mind Marcus and McFeely also wrote Thor: The Dark World, which wasn't that great.
Really? That's right.
But that was a problem in production.
That was also a problem in production, but I don't know if you have problems with the production if the Russos are involved. So
It's chemistry. It's just
Yeah.
lightning in a bottle.
Those two writers, the two brothers, Fahey producing.
Yeah, it's all
great.
about how they edit it too, and there's so many other things other than the script.
It's just a good team. They're the 27 Yankees.
But they all get the character. There's a video I linked to you guys about Iron Man, where the Russos basically
Improve it.
made Iron Man even better than he's ever been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's
He's got more of a purpose now.
I forgot who made it, but it's on YouTube.
I mean, this movie could have easily been a fucking mess with the most ambitious thing ever, like unprecedented. Nobody's ever done this. And the Russos come from TV, but yet in Infinity War, like every character has a fucking moment to shine. It's amazing.
The thing is, though, you have to give credit to the overall Marvel universe here because you can't go into this movie really and not know anything.
No, and
you can, but you won't get as much out of it.
Right.
Like you can watch it as a spectacle and say, "Oh, they're trying to get the fucking glove away from this guy," but it doesn't mean as much unless you've watched all the other movies and you've seen these people interact, and you know that the fact that Tony has to call Cap and he doesn't want to because they still have bad blood, and all of these things are there hanging around and looming around. So there is a lot there.
It's a payoff film.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they reward you, they treat the audience like comic book readers. Like they're going to just assume you know this. That's why you're going into this. The only negative thing I can really say is it's not a complete movie. It's two parts of the story.
Yeah.
But
and that that the payoff, that the ending of the people who got dusted, that there's some of them have to come back because that there's movies with them coming out.
Right. So whether, but that ending, even though we kind of knew it was happening, just like, I remember the silence in the audience the first time I saw it. People were like, what the fuck did we just watch? Like watching friends die. It was amazing. All right, next, moving on. In May, Marvel and Fox gave us Deadpool 2, directed by David Leitch, the John Wick guy, written by Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Ryan Reynolds. 83% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.1 out of 10. Opening weekend, this thing does 125 million. Domestically finishes at 324 million. Worldwide, $741 million on a budget of 110. That's not bad. A lot of these movies we were reviewing made a lot of money this year. Like they all had good years. However, there's an asterisk on these numbers, just like that one baseball.
One baseball.
Yeah, where they did the steroids and there was a baseball.
That one baseball.
The one
Sure
baseball.
thing, Imran. Sure thing.
Wow, Imran.
This whole
I like that he tried to throw in a sports reference there
And
and
failed miserably.
blew it.
the point was the entire cast was on steroids making Deadpool 2. No, that's not the point. The point is they re-released this movie as a PG-13 cut in December. The Rotten Tomato score for the Once Upon a Deadpool, 51%. 5.8, and you can add another $6 million.
Let's just not even acknowledge that.
I knew that it was going to be a piece of shit
It did
and not
not
do
work.
it.
It did not
You
work.
were all up for it, Imran.
I still want to see it, but it did not work like what they thought. Again,
I don't think we factor that one. I think that's just
we'll just
Even
leave
if
that
you
one.
watch it,
Asterisk,
it's going to
asterisk.
be decent because the movie's a decent movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not but just the idea of it was just such a cash grab, soul selling type thing, just so cheap.
But the cancer. Fuck cancer. You get the money to the cancer.
You don't see through that bullshit.
Also,
You don't see that.
crowded December. Probably not a good idea to put the same movie out.
Right.
Especially this year.
It was stupid.
It was fucking crazy. Listener, if you want to give us your ranking or let us know what you think when we get to our rankings, get in touch with the show. Visit our contact page on the website, jockandnerd.com/contact. Join our awesome Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation, and it's exclusive. People hang out, they geek out, you meet like-minded geek people. Welcome this week to Rick Martinez. Oh boy, these names get harder and harder as I go. Rick Martinez. What's up, Rick? Welcome to Ankush Kangar. I like that one.
Whoa.
Okay, here's a great one. Hold on. I got to do some mouth exercise. Okay. Welcome, Olayinka Abayomi Ugundele.
Right.
I am the captain now. And also welcome,
Jesus.
Nidhi Kwaku Ernest,
Oh. Okay.
creator of
God bless
the
you.
Nidhi Pot. I don't think that's true. Hey, thanks for joining the group. Hope you guys chop it up in there and have fun. because
Chop it up.
Chop
He
it up,
means
y'all.
talking.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Mike Rips. Mike Rips understood what I was saying. He's the only one. That's how I learned it from him. July, we got Marvel's third movie of the fucking year, Ant-Man and the Wasp, directed by Peyton Reed, written by Chris McKenna, Eric Summers, Paul Rudd, Andrew Barr, and Gabriel Ferrari. That's a lot of writers on a movie. That's never
Whoa.
good. 88% of Rotten Tomatoes, $75 million opening weekend, ends domestically $216 million, worldwide $622 million. Again, budget was not put out, but I can't imagine it was like probably another $200 million, 150.
I would
maybe
say
less.
about maybe 150.
One-
Yeah, they were happy with
50. But that still made another $600 million side money for them. That's just for their lunches for fucking Disney,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it made a little change.
Little change for them. Then we had a little break. We had to wait till October for our first movie from Marvel and Sony, and what's known now as the Sony universe of Marvel characters.
Is that what they're calling it?
I think so. Bellotti, does this make any sense to you that Sony has a Sony universe of Marvel characters?
I work for Sony. I have no comment.
Oh, okay. He's on board then. Bellotti's on board.
Oh, no wonder he ranked Venom number 1.
Oh, shit! That threw
The jig-
that's why
the jig is up.
Throws
No comment, guys.
Throws the ranking up. Venom, directed by Ruben Fleischer, written by Jeff Pinker, Scott Rosenberg, and Kelly Marcel. 28%. This is the lowest out of all the movies on Rotten Tomatoes. 4.4 out of 10. 80. Okay, this is where it gets crazy because the monies don't match the fucking ratings. $80 million opening weekend. Domestically, it makes $213 million. Worldwide, it made $855 million on a $100 million
Unbelievable.
budget.
For a movie that cost $100 million, it's garbage.
That return is huge, and they're going to make a
I can't
bunch
believe it made that much money.
more. Now, Bellotti, this is the one movie you didn't get to watch on the list, correct?
Yeah, but I watched the Honest trailers,
The Honest trailer is pretty
And-
much dead on accurate.
and I'm so glad I didn't pay to see this movie. Just watching that trailer alone, I was like, oh God, this is terrible.
The Honest trailer is hilarious because I didn't realize all the mouth noises Tom Hardy makes.
I didn't realize it did a New York accent.
Yes.
It sounded terrible.
I didn't notice that they passed by the Rialto Theater in every scene of that fucking motorcycle scene. They just shot the whole thing on that corner. That was ridiculous. But the Honest trailer breaks it down, and they just watch that and go listen to our review. You don't need to watch the movie. Then we got two last movies in December. Just recently, Sony puts out another movie, and this time it's a Spider-Man property, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the fucking crazy animated Spidey's first full animated feature, directed by Bob Perschetti.
Best animation ever.
It's the best movie of the year. Maybe?
It's 100% movie.
Always 100%. Nothing is
Yeah.
wrong with this movie. It's perfection.
Don't you question it.
On film, and you can't question it. Directed by Bob Perschetti, Peter Ramsey, Rodney Rothman, and written by Phil Lord, Rodney Rothman. This one has the highest Rotten Tomato score on the
Oh,
list.
that's the guy I pissed off, Rodney Rothman.
Yeah, you got into a little Twitter beef with the directors of Spider-Verse rugs. What happened?
I don't know if it was a director.
Which one is Rodney Rothman?
He's one of the guys that wrote and directed it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But anyway, it's this dude on Twitter. You want to go check out Really Rug Boy on Twitter right now.
absolutely do this.
Anyway, I was on Twitter and I saw this one dude just chain like tweeting like all of these like compliments and like insider things about how they did the animation. And at one point he's even showing that like they couldn't even do the animation without doing like these kind of like interstitial drawings. Like, so there'll be two drawings of Spider-Man's hand in one frame because they need it to bridge the gap to the next drawing.
There's that thing called on the ones and twos where one's 24 frame with a 12 frame underneath it.
So I'm like, if you have to do that, then you clearly are animating at the wrong frame rate.
That's why
If
it's
you
so
have to
jerky.
yes. If you have to put two fists in there
Yeah.
to make that thing look like it's moving,
Yeah.
then you obviously are going the wrong frame rate on purpose. So,
It was a choice they made.
yes. So anyway, this guy was explaining how brilliant it was. Like, it's not brilliant. You have to do that. Otherwise it looks like shit.
Apparently, you can't have an opinion about something.
Yeah. So I wrote, and I'm like, no matter how many times you explain it, it still looks jerky.
I saw the guy. He's like, bravo. Good for
He's
you.
like, yes. He's like, yes. Thank you for your compliment. Thank you for your comment.
That's
and then I was just
fantastic.
like, and my response, I think, was, yeah, I don't mind sharing my opinion. Like all the yes men that probably didn't say anything when you guys were coming up with this stupid idea.
I made it a point to like all your tweets in between.
So yeah, I looked
to
up
piss him
Rodney,
off more.
Rodney Rothman is the director.
He's
And
the
he was
writer and director, yeah.
And it was his
Yeah.
first directorial debut.
So
Oh,
he definitely
shit. So he's
saw
a-
my comments.
he's a little
because
touchy about his first
He
movie.
liked the other guys' like responses to my stuff.
Because he was defending him.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I mean, don't speak for him. All he did was like it.
Yeah.
It's not like he probably saw Rug Boy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was touchy about it, but he liked the
He
other.
liked the
guys.
other guys, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to like Rugs in between, so it's all even. So it's all even, Steven. Everyone's got to like.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I just seemed first of all, I had no idea when I was commenting on this guy that it had anything to do with Spider-Man or even that he had added the guy. I don't think he has anything to do with it. I think he was just like he was just sucking the dick so hard.
Oh, shit.
He was like going all in with just sucking this guy's balls.
Yikes.
And I just put a stop to it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, the guy from the movie actually saw what I wrote. So yeah, good.
go.
This
Got it out there, guys.
Spider-Verse opening weekend, 35 million. It's still out. It's sitting at 117 million domestic. Worldwide, 227 million. Bellotti, the listeners know what we thought about this movie. I want to know real quick, what did you think about Spider-Verse? And if it's 100% of Rotten Tomatoes, why hasn't it made more money?
That I don't know. It could be spider fatigue. That's what I think it is.
You think
But-
so?
Yeah, I think so.
What'd you think of the movie?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
I
liked
think
it?
it's. Yeah, I thought it was the best Spider-Man movie. Live action, I would go with the first Spider-Man movie, even though I'm not like a big fan of it. The thing with Spider-Man is I love him probably almost as much as you. I think we talked about it.
Yep,
So no matter
yep.
what they do, it's never going to be right. But this was
Very close.
very close.
But there's just so much Spider-Man love in one film. I wasn't expecting it, and the fact that the characters have great motivations and arcs, and they're explaining the multiverse. There's 5 Spider-Men, but none of it is convoluted. It makes sense. The storytelling is amazing. Like the story could have been a mess the way someone else told
It's
it.
got a couple of slip-ups.
It's
but
got a
I mean,
couple of slip-ups.
Overall, it's good.
Yeah.
I gotta jump in. I like that Imran takes the chance to go, "Hey, Bellotti, what'd you think of it?" And then proceeds to talk about why
Well,
he thinks Spider-Verse was awesome.
it. We found out what
He
he
uses
thought.
it as an opportunity to review a movie we reviewed 2 weeks
Listen,
ago.
we're two Spider-Man
fuck.
fans geeking out. Shut the fuck up. Let me enjoy this.
No, you do this because you'll start coughing uncontrollably.
It's true. I have a disease. What is it called, Rugs?
Oh shit!
Oh, you forgot it already.
Esophagopia.
It's called hypovoxspasio, or my
Hey,
throat
Bellotti,
dries
what'd you
out.
think of it? Oh yeah, really? That's awesome. It's amazing because blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah, you have esophaguapia.
Esophaguapia. That's a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Look it up.
yeah.
Bellotti, continue. Comment.
No, I'm done. No, he
See,
stole my
he was
thunder.
done.
Yeah, you stole his fucking thunder.
All
you
right.
I
dick.
got nothing. I got
I'll
nothing.
give
Do
you-
want- What? Can I just say one thing,
Yes.
please? I beg you.
Yes.
One thing.
That's it.
Did you? The directors want to put. Phil Lord said he would put the Japanese Spider-Man in a sequel if it crosses 200 million domestically.
Zowie!
Yes, they should. It's at
The
one.
Japanese
It would be
Spider-Man.
amazing if
That would
they
be
did that.
kind of funny.
They could go.
Leopardin.
They'd have so much fun with that.
That'd be a great idea for the next one. It's at. I don't know if it's gonna make 200 million domestically.
Is it
though.
Leopardon or Leopardin? I don't know.
Leopardon was the robot or the name of the Spider-Man?
No,
Is
it
that
was,
a robot?
The robot.
That's leprosy.
That's Leprechaun the movie.
Oh, right.
Leperon.
Leperon Guapo.
That's Oberon from Game of Thrones.
That's Oberon Martell. No, that's the guy from Narcos.
It's Imran.
Imran. Oh, it's Imran.
Wait, I'm
Imran.
Ron?
Continue.
I'm
Ramadan.
Ron. It's Ramadan versus Ghetto Robo. I don't. Well, the movie's been out for 20 days. Do you think it'll hit 200 million domestically?
Domestic? No.
This is a rough month for movies, and I think the fact that it is an animated feature.
No, it's not only that. It just came. I mean, the week after you had Aquaman,
Yeah,
Mary
exactly.
Poppins, and Bumblebee.
There's so much competition right now.
But
not
look,
until-
Aquaman came out after it, and it's kicking its ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's because of China too.
Well, even domestically,
yeah.
Do you think it's because it's a cartoon?
and higher opening weekend.
Yeah.
It has a bigger domestic.
Yep.
And it's worldwide is huge.
All right, well, let's get to Aquaman, and this time I'll let Bellotti talk about what he thought about the movie. Oh, shut the fuck up. Directed by James Wan, written by Will Beal, and this is one guy, David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick. That's one dude. All those names, one dude. And Will Beall. Story credit to Jeff Johns and James Wan. The movie that supposedly will correct the DCEU, it's sitting at 64% Rotten Tomatoes. 67 million opening weekend. Domestically right now, this movie's making a lot of money. $222 million domestically. Worldwide, it is now at $846 million.
Oh, shit.
Meaning I think it made more than Wonder Woman. And it could be, it's the second highest. It may be Batman vs. Superman. It'll be the highest grossing DCEU movie. And I think it could hit $1 billion. Possibly. Bellotti.
It might.
I think it could get very close.
It will.
I think
I think it will.
Okay, so you think it will. Bellotti, what'd you think of the movie? And is this a course correction that the DCEU needed?
I gave it, I just saw it yesterday, and the more I think about it, the more I dislike certain parts, the more I like certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it like a 7 out of 10 right now.
Okay.
It was pure spectacle.
Yep.
You know, when I left, I felt like, you know, it was a little Thor 1, but with Thor, you felt his character change throughout the movie. And this one, it was just, he was the same. He becomes king and he's still the same. You know what I mean? It's gonna make $1 billion. It's easily gonna make $1 billion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This will be, I think the only other DC was Dark Knight Rises. DC movie made $1 billion. Or was it Dark Knight? One of the Dark Knights.
Both of them.
Look, man, the thing about this movie is that you get your money's worth. And then when people were asking me when Avatar came out, should I go see it? And I'm like, we all know the fucking story of Avatar. It's fucking Dances with Wolves. It's the same fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it's fucking worth seeing. You got to sit there and see this shit.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what I tell people when they will ask me, should I go watch Aquaman? And I'm like, it's Avatar. It's the underwater Avatar. James Cameron's probably like, all right, I gotta kick these guys' asses now. I gotta fucking get my shit together. It's probably gonna delay his movie another year.
That's right. I forgot the race to get underwater movie first. Now Cameron is making Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5. Watching this, I wonder what he has in store for his underwater scenes and how he's going to handle it. But
I don't know, but I'm sure he's not happy about it.
No, but it is a visual spectacle, bombards your senses, but not really so much character development.
But I will say this. I'll say these two things. When I left the theater, I turned to my friend. I said, it's nice leaving a DC movie not being enraged for once.
Yeah.
And directing wise, I think it was the best directed DC film so far.
For sure.
It was
Easily.
well directed. Look, you don't have a lot of skin in the game.
Yeah.
Because nobody really gives a shit about Aquaman. There's like maybe like a small percentage of us that
Hardcore
do.
Aquaman fans, yeah.
But like he's not in the like majority of the pantheon of people that we kind of are into.
Right.
So we don't have that personal connection where we're like so beholden to the character and what they do with it. I think the only thing that affected this movie is like what they did in Justice League with them, and then and the transition to okay, they're different. Like Mera is different than Justice League, so they have that they had that hurdle there,
and the piss poor writing.
Yes, and the cheesy dialogue. There's a lot of things you just have to let go to enjoy this movie, and it's almost like too many things. People announcing their names and just every fucking. It's got sharks with lasers.
Sharks
in the movie.
with freaking lasers on
and like it's just wacky, and we'll see where it falls in the rankings. This is gonna be very interesting.
Would you watch this again, everyone?
Yeah, I would.
I probably would one more time. What I really want to see again is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm dying to see that again. And Anthony,
I would not watch it again. I would not sit through the entire
Aquaman,
movie.
yeah.
The writing's too bad.
Going back to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that fucking soundtrack is really good. I've really been enjoying it. Oh my God. I even like the fucking Post Malone song.
It's good.
The What's Up Danger song is really good. And all the songs are like really hopeful. They tie into the theme of the movie. I like it almost better than the Black Panther soundtrack, which is also very good. But this Spider-Verse soundtrack I've been playing over and over again.
It was the most New York Spider-Man film I've seen so far.
Yeah, New York looked great.
Aside from the opening of Homecoming when he's in Queens,
right?
This was like, I was like, oh my God, it's Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn. I was like, this is New York. This is everything about New York.
They nailed a lot of things in this movie. Okay, a couple of things I noticed overall in all these movies. There's a lot of battles for the thrones going on. A lot of hidden advanced civilizations. I think it's interesting that Wakanda stepped out And really, in DC universe, people still don't know what the fuck Atlantis is, but they should know that he's Aquaman. They saw him control fish when he was a kid. Nobody fucking remembers that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I mean, they just forgot about it.
Yeah, I just forgot about it.
That would traumatize my whole life if a fucking shark started headbutting.
And breaking the glass, and then they just
I would
surround
never
him.
forget that ever.
Be like, whatever happened to that fucking kid? But it's kind of like in Man of Steel, where the kid lifted the fucking bus. Everyone forgot. Maybe we should keep an eye on this kid. He did something weird. There's animals playing drums in two of these movies.
Okay, there's one in Aquaman. Where's the other?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man
In the
at the
Wasp.
end.
Isn't
Isn't that weird?
Oh shit!
Isn't that weird? I just think
But who was better?
I
Topo?
think Topo was like throwing like the various tones in Aquaman were very kind of disjointed, and like it's the serious battle, and then there's a fucking octopus playing the drums. You're like, what is this? A cartoon? The Ant-Man one is a nice little end post-credit clip, just a little bit as a joke.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that one's better.
Who's Randall Park?
Okay, Josh Brolin in 2 movies. I'll tell you who Randall Park in 2 movies. Randall Park was the police in Ant-Man that was constantly breaking into Paul Rudd's house, Scott Lang's house, and he was Dr. Shin in Aquaman.
Yep.
Oh,
he gets an MCU movie and a DCU movie. Brolin, of course, Thanos and Cable. And this is the craziest one. This is how my mind works. It's fucking crazy connections. I can kind of connect Venom to Aquaman. All right? Follow me here. Venom is like a PG-13 version of this movie Upgrade that came out earlier in the year. Awesome
Which
movie.
is great.
It's a great movie. If you want to watch the actual R-rated Venom, watch Upgrade, Logan Marshall Green. Upgrade, written and directed by this guy, Lee Wannell. All right?
yeah.
Lee Wannell is friends and a frequent collaborator with James Wan. He actually wrote like Saw and Insidious and a couple of his other movies, and has a cameo in Aquaman. He's the guy flying the plane over the desert.
Oh shit!
Oh.
There's your 6
I
degrees
thought
of
you were going to say that
connections.
Lee Wannell was Laurel and Yanny.
Lee Wannell. No, Grover fucking sweared. I'm telling you, it happened. Okay, so before we rank the movies, guys, I figured we could do a little best and worst of the year real quick, just from memory, or maybe you came prepared.
I have a question
highly
before
doubt
we get
it.
into this.
Yes.
Have you rewatched any of the movies since you watched?
I did actually.
Yes.
I recently.
Yes.
What'd you watch, Anthony?
Since I watched it the first time,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I saw Black Panther and Infinity War in the theater and Ant-Man multiple times.
Right.
But I've seen Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's it. And no, that's it. I haven't seen any of the other MCU non-MCU films. I haven't watched more than once.
Bellotti.
Infinity War and Black Panther.
Rugs.
I also rewatched Infinity War and Black Panther.
So I've watched Black Panther a while ago. I rewatched Infinity War a couple of times, and I recently rewatched Deadpool and Ant-Man and the Wasp for this show. So some of it's fresh. Let's get to, how about give me the best and worst fight scenes. What stuck out to you guys from this year's movies?
I mean, I think personally, the stuff that the Russo brother does is always the top notch of everything. Especially, I mean, there's I don't really like their whole big clash scenes where there's like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But that one scene in New York where his henchmen come down and they're fighting him in the streets.
Yes, in the beginning.
That was fucking amazing. Like
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that dude with no nose?
Squidward.
Yeah, Squidward.
Squidward.
Yeah.
Corvus Glaive. Was that
No,
Corvus?
not
Ebony
the
Maw.
Maw.
That was
Ebony
the
Maw,
Maw.
Yeah, Ebony Maw. That was fucking great.
It's a brutal scene where people are getting thrown through buildings, and you really feel the weight of it. And then Spider-Man shows up, and I love Tony's like, "Wizard, get the wizard, kid." He's like, "On it, Mr.
You're
Stark."
embarrassing me in front of the
You're
wizards.
embarrassing. And then yes, Hulk not hulking out. That's a great one. Anthony, you have a fight scene that stuck out to you from these movies?
I mean, the two that, I don't mean to steal anyone's thunder, but I'm going to drop two. The two that stick out the most out of the movies we're talking about are Doctor Strange versus Thanos, and then Iron Man right after versus Thanos. Especially Iron Man, because for me, like, I've watched a ton of MCU and a ton of video essays, and they've been building subtly to Thanos versus Iron Man throughout this entire thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he talks about in Iron Man, in Avengers: Age of Ultron, he's talking about like this is the end game, and like I've been imagining this, like
Right.
what's up there,
What's up there? Right.
and then like at the start of Infinity War, he's like immediately, this is everything. This is he's been in my head for 6 years, and now he's here.
Yeah.
And like immediately when he hears a Thanos, there's a subtle thing where he starts stretching,
Yeah.
and they play it off for jokes, but he's like already like this is it.
He's getting ready.
So they're building towards
Wow.
that whole thing, and then you get Iron Man and Thanos going after, and Thanos. I mean, Iron Man is clearly undermatched in it.
I know
But he's
he got in
putting
a
up such
couple of
fight.
he got a couple of good hits when he like clamped his hand down.
Oh, and then like they even play up like with him getting stabbed through the heart or through the
That
chest.
was it. Yes.
It's like, is he dying here? Like there was all the drama, and that's why I would go Strange Thanos and Iron Man Thanos 1A 1B.
Those are good. Bellotti, you got a favorite?
I have a list, but I'm not going to read all of them.
Give us the
Imran would read
highlights.
all of his.
He would. Highlights were the casino fight in Black Panther.
That is amazing.
That was a really good fight. And
What I wanted to say about Black Panther, out of all these Marvel movies and out of all the MCU movies, it's really the first, like, closest, I think, like, auteur movie. Like, there's Ryan Coogler all over this movie with the single camera following the action up and then down and then back up in the casino over the shoulder. Like, that is a Ryan Coogler movie, and I don't think a lot of the other movies are they fall into this formula and they have kind of the Marvel look, but this one, it stuck out because
the casino scene is definitely the best scene, other than the Killmonger hand-to-hand combat scene.
I was going to mention that one. Yes, on the cliff. That one's great. What else you got, Bellotti?
The Aquaman Sicily sequence when the guy's breaking through the wall.
That's
and he's
fantastic.
Like, that whole sequence. I was like, oh my God, this guy.
The camera work in that is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
It did remind me of G.I. Joe when they were wearing those fucking suits.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Fast Five, actually. Like it.
Well, it's
that
James
looked the
Wan.
most.
Yeah.
It looked the most like a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
But the way that sequence builds, and when you see the action in the background and the foreground at the same time, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
I've
all
never
one
seen
shot, too. Yeah.
And then Black Manta coming in, like that battle was just brutal, and you just felt every punch and every laser blast. So those two are like the top. I have my other ones, but you guys already said it anyway, so
Ruggs,
doesn't matter.
You got any other ones?
Well, I mean, the thing is about it's like Ant-Man was very forgettable for me.
Kind of, yes.
And Venom is really forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even. I just watched some scenes before, and I don't even remember what I just saw.
I like the part in the beginning where he's taking out the thugs in the apartment better than when he's full Venom. I don't know why.
I don't like anything really. I mean, there's one good scene in Venom, and that's when he takes out all the fucking guys in the building. And all the cops start shooting him.
I thought you were going to mention the scene where he sits in the aquarium and eats the live lobster. That's my favorite scene.
I mean, we're talking about fight scenes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, in the smoky where there's fog and he's taking out the SWAT
where
team.
he's just throwing guys around into each other. That was like,
that's pretty dope.
All right, I'm like, okay, this got potential, but then they never like got to that level again, and that was very quick. That scene too.
I mean, that's the thing. You're right. Ant-Man had some good fight stuff, but you don't really remember.
I don't remember
a lot of
anything that happened in that movie.
Deadpool 2, I liked the chase with Cable.
The only thing I remember in Deadpool is everybody dying.
Yeah.
Like jumping up and
X-Force,
dying.
yes.
And then the Juggernaut's ass. And that's the only thing I remember.
That was a great ending. It was
like why is that what I remember?
Because it was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I mean, if I'm sitting there forcing myself to remember, I remember Domino doing the stuff that was in the trailer.
Yeah, the luck powers. I mean, that's easily
There's some decent stuff with those.
It's the funniest movie of the bunch. Also, I would give it that award. Bad fight scenes. Anybody? There's a lot of bad fight scenes. Like everything in Venom.
Top one is the Black Panther end scene.
Oh yeah, that's my number.
That's just horrid.
It's kind of such a letdown to a huge, great confrontation. I wish they just fought without fucking costumes on again. That would have been fine. Like,
well, I watched this video about the fact that they use CGI when they didn't have to.
Right, right.
They had these perfectly made like Black Panther costumes that were completely practical and looked great on camera.
And they cover it all up.
And the reason they did it is because they used CG for some things and they didn't want it to they wanted to break the illusion. So, But I'm like, break the illusion. I'd rather see reality
Yeah.
than bad rubbery fight scenes that use the fucking Wolverine from X-Men 1 where he goes over the Statue of Liberty's
Oh, and does the little
horn.
spin around. Yeah.
They use the same exact move.
It's such a shame because the movie's pretty like grounded up until then, and it like takes you out. And on paper, the idea is great with these mines and the trains, but it just fucking looks like
the
rubbery
execution wasn't
garbage.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a stupid place to have a fight scene.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
Yeah, I
everybody
guess.
looking at them and watching them and like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It was just stupid that T'Challa, he needed help to defeat him. You know, like he
Right.
should have done it on his own. Like the end
Yeah.
of the first Spider-Man, when Green Goblin is threatening Spider-Man with killing Mary Jane, he mans up. That's what Spider-Man does. He gets up and he defeats him on his own. And this was like he needed Shuri's help and he needed like an edge. It's like so he can never defeat him without help. Like what kind of hero was that?
He's also like the least interesting character in that whole
And then,
movie.
and then he
Yeah.
took himself out at the end.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, that was a bad one. I mean, the one that one's a very good one to bring up. The ones for me are all the Venom ones, just because all of them are bad.
The one at the end is just a mess.
The one especially is just a terrible idea because
symbiotes fighting each other.
not only that, I mean, you have Venom, who's obviously a black symbiote, but then you go with like a marble gray villain,
Slate
So-
silver. Yes.
Yeah, it's like metallic
Yeah.
gray silver. So you really
Eddie.
can't tell what's going on when they're both like sliming at one another. That one for me stands out as the
yeah,
worst.
that's horrible. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Eddie, we need brains. I also like in that Honest trailer, they point out, is he a cannibal? He's just fucking biting people's heads off. Does he spit the skull out? Is he eating this? What happens to him?
Probably
The-
just absorbs
The other
it.
ones you have on the list for me aren't that bad.
Well, I got this list from comicbook.com. I didn't agree with them. And I was like, I'm just having these in here to remind us.
Okay.
Let's move on to best and worst performances in these movies. Give me a couple standouts. I'm going to start. Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker stole that fucking movie.
Very
It
good.
was so good. I was so surprised. I want to see more. I want a whole movie with just that Peter Parker. I hope that's not the last we see of him.
I don't know if I agree with that one, but
All right.
I definitely think Michael B. Jordan
Yes.
is
Probably the
is
standout.
fucking
Yeah.
the standout performer out of most of these movies. I mean, Infinity War had a lot of great performances in it as well.
I think
acting-wise.
Brolin was amazing in Infinity
Yeah.
War, but much better than as Cable.
I don't know who else killed it in these movies. I really it's tough
I mean,
to,
we got those two. I'd point out. I like Tony Stark a lot, or Robert Downey Jr. as
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Always
I thought he
bringing
was
it.
really good.
Yeah.
I thought Chris Hemsworth in his few scenes of dialogue brought it as Thor, especially the scene with him and Rocket it really rounds out the character. Very
What
well
about
done.
you guys are forgetting about Siri in Black Panther.
Shuri.
Shuri?
Yes.
Siri.
Siri. Hey,
I
Siri.
don't buy her. I didn't buy her as being
Ruggs
a nerd.
doesn't like her. I liked her a lot.
I like
Yeah, I
Shuri.
don't buy her as being a nerd.
She's
I don't.
apparently the smartest person in the MCU now.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It
Confirmed.
doesn't feel like that to me.
But she's smarky and
Smart
knows
people are weird.
they are goofy.
They are.
But then they make
That's what I like to call sneakers.
what are those? But then they make Bruce Banner like an idiot. Also,
Yeah, that
standing
doesn't make
next to
sense
her,
either. Yeah.
Which is he's supposed to be the smartest.
Who else would I?
How
like
about
you know who comes off as to me as very smart is the guy who plays Doctor Strange. I feel like he should be more strange unless like he seems like so omnipresent and omniscient, you know.
Yeah, he's like
Cumberbatch Bandersnatch.
He's number 2 on my list. I had Brolin and Cumberbatch as my 2 favorite performances.
Cumbersnatch is
He's
he does a good job.
another guy that the Russos
They use well.
in their hands. He looks
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah. Although I will say Doctor Strange is the one Marvel movie that I can never get through, but I love him at the end when he becomes strange. I
Yeah.
didn't like his hero's journey. It was kind of boring.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a kung fu movie that could have been better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the formula
not
movies.
to make this too much of a tangent.
Yeah.
But I read something, or either read or saw. No, I saw something on YouTube. It's this one YouTube guy that I started getting into. But he was like, instead of making Wong a fellow sorcerer,
Yeah.
what they should have done is made Wong his kung fu buddy.
Oh.
Because then you have a dichotomy where they're partners. Like one guy is the mystical guy, and
And one
the other
guy's the
guy's an
martial
actual
arts
guy that
guy.
can kick ass.
Ah.
He's like, so what's the point of having Wong be another sorcerer if he's just the worst sorcerer? That's like War Machine. Like, what's the point of having another guy in a robot suit?
You got Iron
You
Man.
already got Iron Man. Like, what's the point?
It's like two sorcerers are better than one.
We just praised the movie with 10 Spider-Man in it. So
That's true.
You always need more.
Yeah, that's true.
What about the Ryan Reynolds? Does he get anything? Any kind
I
of?
mean, he was good. He played. The thing is, he played him the same way he played him in the first.
Yeah, he's
well,
pretty much
he
the same.
does. He does
Consistent.
Deadpool. He's Deadpool.
He's Deadpool.
He
yeah.
is
I mean, there he
Deadpool.
is.
Oh no, Zazie Beetz was good. I'm so stupid.
Yeah, Zazie
She was
Beetz
solid.
Drama was she? I mean, what she had to do, she did well. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of anyone else.
I'm gonna put fucking Tom Hardy in this list because he saved that fucking movie. Why? It's watching him is just entertaining. Watching him with the symbiote is the best parts of that movie. If it wasn't him,
Well, it's him as the symbiote that's actually good.
yeah, okay.
Him as Eddie
Venom.
Brock sucks balls.
I don't like him as Eddie Brock.
He's
I'm wrong.
very weird, and I didn't think I would like him,
but
but
I don't think that's it's incongruent to what he's supposed. He's supposed to be like this legit reporter.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
this like sweaty guy with a nervous tick.
yeah.
I just don't understand why he played him.
Okay,
like
he's best and worst performance.
that. I like that he's just fucking around.
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a great performance.
I don't know why the kid who didn't play Miles isn't up here.
Shamik, wait,
Yeah,
Shamik
like,
Moore?
I would take him over Jake Johnson any day of the
Shamik
week.
Moore did a
I like
good job
Shamik.
as Miles. Yeah,
I also liked
He was great as Miles.
Kingpin was good too.
Kingpin was good. I liked
Liv Schreiber.
Mahershala Ali
As Uncle Aaron.
Uncle Aaron, I liked
He
him.
was good too. He stood out more than Jake Johnson did to me.
Nick Cage.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
Nick Cage.
look, I'm sorry, but I think that Spider-Man should sound like Bellotti. Right? He should have a New York accent.
Oh,
He should have a New
I
York
agree.
accent.
I got you.
I
He
agree.
does- and
But I
Jake
never-
Johnson doesn't sound like a New Yorker.
But I never imagined Spider-Man with that thick of a New York accent. No offense to Bellotti. I'm
But
just
if
saying.
you're from New York, like Bellotti is,
From Queens.
well,
Well, I'm from
even
Staten
Brooklyn,
Island, but
yeah,
Queens
doesn't
is-
matter.
And everybody, they don't
I work-
all,
look.
you know, all
Look.
sound like it.
If you're
They're
from,
all similar. They have their own things, but they're similar.
I worked with a guy from Queens. He just passed away, unfortunately.
Oh.
But his name was Howard. He was from Queens. He made the word
Howard.
"art" into 2 syllables. He said "art." I mean, that's Queens. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. If you grew up in Queens, you got a fucking accent.
I just want to bring up one thing that's not bothering me, but just something to note. It's weird for me to rank on-camera performances
with voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird. It's like I appreciate the voice acting
Yeah.
for sure, and obviously they have real actors doing a lot of the voice
They
acting.
have more leeway to get it right, also,
Right.
and it's
Yeah.
easier to
and there's
get it
not
right.
the physical presence.
Right. But you know, some of the animation may have been based off their movements recording it, but the whole voice cast of that movie is incredible. But I see what you're saying, Anthony. It's just different. It's hard.
It's just different.
Yeah.
I'll throw in an honorable mention. He's not like fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, Paul Rudd makes Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
Pretty watchable.
Yes. And as formulaic and kind of forgettable as that movie is,
It's
love,
pretty forgettable
I love
movie,
the
but
Ant-Man
he is
movies.
good in
I
it.
love him. And again,
Yeah, he's always good.
yeah, he's great in Civil War. Like Russo brothers know how to use him also.
Where it seemed like, I mean, they totally. Okay, let's go to worst.
So worst,
Let me just
yeah.
throw. But
Go ahead.
worst in terms of not performance, but
Yeah.
worst in terms of just like a throwaway. Like, why did you cast this person?
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Nicole Kidman in both of their roles.
Oh wow, I got
Like,
you.
why would you cast these actresses and
Yeah.
not really give them anything to do?
Yeah, and Michelle Pfeiffer's character.
Well, Nicole Kidman got to be the Predator. She had she had
that's
the
true.
same. She had the Predator outfit and the dreads.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even think
Oh,
of
at
that.
the end, that's
At
what
the
she
end,
looked
yeah.
like. Yes,
So,
she was
yeah,
a
she
predator.
got to be the Predator. She got to
do more than Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer
got to
for
do.
sure got like
Yeah.
what are
Yeah,
you
she
doing?
got shafted big time.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's the other problem with that movie is like they didn't explain Michelle Pfeiffer's powers, and she came out. What the fuck were you doing? She's like, "Oh, I can fix you now." And even Ghost was kind of like she was good. I like that actress, but it was completely forgettable.
Isn't it funny that both old ladies were lost with a mask on somewhere?
Yes, they're both very similar. That's another thing that happened more than once.
I didn't even remember that. See, I forgot that movie so much until you brought it up. I'm like, oh shit, she was wearing a weird helmet too when she was lost.
I will put everyone in Venom, like Riz Ahmed, fucking
Yeah.
Michelle Williams.
Oh, they just phoned it in.
Yeah, they were.
big time.
Now, where does Momoa go in this discussion?
Momoa is just he serviced his role.
It's in the middle. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Satisfactory.
He was just okay.
I mean,
He's just himself.
Look, chicks love him.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Men want to be him.
Yes.
So it's all right.
I will say, out of pretty much almost like every actor that's been cast as a superhero, he's the first one I saw when he comes onto that sub in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's shirtless.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he had movie muscles. That was him. Like he looked like a real superhero, which was nice.
That scene was great, by the way.
It was a very good scene.
That got me pumped for the whole movie where he kicked everybody's ass and threw that fucking gigantic thing like a disc.
Yeah, he threw that door
But you
at
can
him.
tell, like Chris Evans, I love him as Cap, but he's got movie muscles. Same thing with Chris Hemsworth.
It's a little
the
padded.
Chris Hemsworth slims down a lot when he's not Thor.
Yeah.
So he looked like the role for once, which is nice because you always wish, like, oh, I wish they cast like a bodybuilder or whatever, and they finally did, and it's like, oh shit,
He's
that's
always
what they look
in that shape.
I wasn't a big Momoa fan, but I also am coming around to the fact that I think he's just a pretty limited actor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought Amber Heard was terrible.
Yeah, you can put that in the worst list. She's
number one on my list.
I would put her number one.
Yeah.
Is it that or the girl who plays the Scarlet Witch or whatever?
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen, are you doing an accent? You're not doing an accent? What the fuck's going on, Elizabeth Olsen? Figure it out.
Yeah, she's kind of just meh.
She's just kind of there also. But that accent
Peter Dinklage as E-Train, you have that on here?
This was from the article.
Oh,
they were
from
like,
the list? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So Andy Serkis says Claw. It was fine. They were fine.
Michelle Williams was not great.
No.
In,
Yeah, we said
whatever the
that.
fuck
Yes.
she was.
Yes.
Yeah,
we said that?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Well, shit, I was texting.
Nobody, of course you are. Nobody pays attention. Any other honorable mentions before we take a break here?
For the
fellas?
worst?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, Venom just in general was shitty. So
Yeah. Pretty much everyone in Venom.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say any more names from Venom.
Tom Hardy got put in both lists. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play some promos from a lot of fun networks we are a part of. Listener, if you want more geek independent podcasts, check out these networks. Thank you very much to Danger Entertainment Network, A Place to Hang Your Cape, the Weeby Geeks Network, the Tangent Bound Network, the Lounge Network, and Blazing Caribou Studios. Check them all out. Here's some promos. We'll be back with our ranking right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter.
I immediately regret this decision.
Caragor.
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda.
Behold my arcane powers.
Shania.
Yes, I've cracked the case.
M.
No, kill him.
And the Dungeon Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll. God, doing that voice hurts.
Hi guys, I'm Dean,
And I'm Daniel,
and we're from the IMDb Journey podcast.
where we break down every movie from the top 250 list, giving our own thoughts and reviews and any general discussion along the way.
But when we're not doing that, we also battle other podcasts in various movie-related games of trivia and drafts.
We also give quick reviews about every other film we've watched as well.
Yeah, here we're quite good too.
Yeah, if you guys don't believe us, why don't you listen to these genuine testimonies?
Oh, hey guys, you guys are really good. I love your chemistry.
Oh, hey, brew, it's this is a good podcast, yo. Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, love the banter, guys. Keep it up.
IMDb Journey is one of my favorite podcasts of all time. Fantastic testimonies.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Absolutely genuine and real. And if you want to give a genuine testimony as well, go ahead and search for IMDb Journey. You can find us on all your favorite podcast sites, including iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify.
So come along and join our journey.
Listener, if you like the show and you want more show and you want to support the show, join our fan club on Patreon. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. You will get access to a bonus podcast feed with lots of exclusive bonus extra content. There is a new Jock Talk already on there. Anthony, you beat us out of the gate with the first content of 2019. Well done.
Yeah, me and Chaz Hubbard.
Chaz.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm doing something.
That's him.
First to market, we got a new patron. Gotta say huge thank you to Trace Harari. I don't know how you say Harari. Trace Harari. Trace Hare.
What?
His name is Trace Harre. How do you say that?
All right.
Trace Hare.
Har.
You pronounce it all right?
All right. That's how you say it. How do you say it? All right. Or maybe he's a pirate. Trace Har. He signed up at the Rug Boy approved level.
Right, I approve.
That's $5 a month. Thank you so much. I thanked him, and he wrote this comment. This is amazing. Trace said, I started listening to you guys this summer, and I wanted to be a part of the Patreon, but I was unaware that you had to be 18 to donate. So I turned 18 this month, and I'm excited to be a part of the Patreon now. Keep up the great work, guys. Holy shit, Trace, you're amazing.
Let me talk to this kid.
Talk to Trace.
All right, you're 18 years old. When I turned 18, I bought a pack of cigarettes, a porno mag.
Yeah.
What else did I do? I couldn't do it when I was 18.
You went to an R-rated movie legitimately?
Yes.
What does this guy do? The first thing he does turns 18 is sign up for the Patreon.
Well, let me put it in perspective, though, for you, Ruggs. He doesn't need to do any of that at 18. He probably could have smoked a vape at like 13.
Yeah.
And gone on the internet at 10.
And you could see
R-rated
movies.
All that stuff. So he's already accomplished those things. And he's looking for new things to accomplish, such as donate to the
So this is a new rite of passage.
Right.
Is to donate
That's what
to
I'm
your
saying.
favorite podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Because you accomplish those
thank
things
you.
now at an earlier age.
That's a good
Listen,
point.
I'll show you my tits if you want.
Okay, sounds good. That's hot.
He can now do that legally. Where's he at? Is he in America? 18. You can go to strip club, Trace.
Yeah, go for it.
Go. It's legal.
Get a couple lappies. Remember, they never fuck you in the champagne.
Yeah.
But save that $5 a month for the Patreon.
Yeah, there is nothing there.
Also, don't touch them. Keep your hands under your pants.
Now, let me ask before we move on to this.
Yes.
What do you wear to the strip club, Anthony? This is what I want.
Well, this is a good question.
Are you a guy that goes like full like?
How do you prepare?
Jeans,
Yeah.
like, no preparation, or do you are one of those gross guys that wears like sweatpants and no underwear?
Maybe some baby powder in there or
So,
something.
the only times I've ever planned to go to a strip club are on bachelor parties.
Okay.
And even then, I'm planning to go out after, or I was planning to go prior to some club or somewhere nice.
But you're also planning to get a lap dance.
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, kind of, but that's not like the thought process.
Okay.
So I'm dressed to go out.
Okay.
But
the random times I do go to a strip club that are not planned, it's just whatever's on. I've been in.
Okay, so you've
sweats.
never never premeditated go to a strip club and
to look good.
chosen an outfit that was going to be conducive to lap
Yeah, like
dance.
silk boxers and some fucking thin pants. That's what he's trying to get at.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I understand, and no, I wouldn't. That's
just not a thing.
That's
He's
a
a
little
classy
strange.
guy.
I'm a classy guy.
Yeah, he's a classy
Just
guy.
you wear the wrong thing and the girls do it. You're like, this is nice, but I'm really chafing down there. I shouldn't have worn these pants. This is going to be a problem
I'm
tomorrow.
wearing flannel boxers, and my dick is about to catch fire.
or you're done and you're just full mast and you're like, okay, now what am I supposed to do about this?
I'm going to go hide in the corner.
Yeah.
You're not done.
Good tips from the jock when you're
thanks,
visiting
Trace.
the strip club for Trace. Have fun there. I don't know. All right, look, one more best and worst category before we finally rank these movies. Been teasing the listener. You guys, let's just talk about our best and worst moments from 2018's Marvel and DC movies. We mentioned a bunch of them already, but, for me, the Thanos snap was a pretty awesome moment. One of my favorite moments.
Right.
Because you knew it was coming and you're just like, Thor, why didn't you go for the head? So
Best moments
very
right now?
good point. Yes.
I mean, for me, the number one is Thor's entrance.
That is also a very geek boner.
Geek boner.
Yes. Bellotti,
That's
you
a
got
good
one?
one.
What do you got?
I have a list, but I'm going to keep it short.
You have a list. I don't hear
He
it.
has a list.
I have a list.
You can work on that, speech
So what I
therapist.
think I'm going to do is I'm going to say one of them.
I'm from Andalusia.
Andalusia.
That's better than your rug boy, I'll tell you that. Your Andalusian is way better.
It's in South Brooklyn, yo.
Spanish
so
Brooklyn.
Anthony just stole one moment from my list. My favorite is probably Cap's intro in Infinity War.
That's
With the
also,
train.
yes.
The whole scene. It just goosebumps all the way, chubby.
That's
all
a good
that
one.
stuff.
The silhouette and the train, and then he catches the fucking staff is amazing.
Yeah.
Ruggs, what do you got? You got something that sticks out?
Didn't he have a couple and you just cut them
We'll
off?
go around. He'll give me another one next time.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
I'm not ready. You
Okay.
keep it Bellotti.
Bellotti, give another one.
Another one?
Yeah.
This is a stupid one.
Another one.
Another one? Hold on.
Another one.
Hold on. Go fuck yourself. Now I'm going to read the other one.
okay.
Are you ready? Here we go. This one I think only me and my brother like, but the scene in the beginning of the Battle of Wakanda, when they open up the gates and then they charge them, and Cap and Black Panther are ahead of everyone.
Yes, you see them just take off they're super fast. That's a fucking great scene.
Me and my brother would just text each other.
Yeah, it's a great moment right there.
Me and my brother will text each other out of nowhere. Like since the movie, be like, "Oh, Cap's run. That's all we'll say to each other. I just watched.
That was awesome.
It gave me goosebumps like every single time I watch it. Just seeing that, like, because that's Cap. That's his whole character.
Can I build onto that one?
Yes,
please build on me.
3 seconds prior.
Yeah.
Black Panther's like, okay, we opened the barrier.
Yeah.
And M'Baku's like,
I like the
I don't know. That's my. We opened the barrier. And M'Baku's like, this will be the end of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And what's her face? Sure. What's her fucking name? Okoye is like, it will be the noblest ending ever.
Yeah.
And then Wakanda forever. And they all like put their arms up and start running. The whole build up to that, I thought was awesome. Even the 2 seconds prior to that, I don't know why it hit me, but the little moments. These are just what make Marvel so good.
Yeah.
The little moments. So right before that, Black Panther goes up to M'Baku and M'Baku's doing his war chant. He goes up to him. He's like, "Thank you for standing with us." And then they shake hands, and M'Baku's like, "Of course, brother." And that just that little acknowledgement, of what happened in the prior film. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good stuff. Ruggs, you come up with one yet?
No. I mean, to tell you the truth, there's a couple of moments of Aquaman that just visually always stand out to me.
Yeah.
And it's the one where he goes to the trench and he's got the fucking thing and they're all chasing him down.
With the red flare.
Yeah, that was just fucking
That's beautiful.
breathtaking.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
monsters
amazing.
look great too, yes.
Yeah, so that was really awesome. And just that one scene, that whole scene right there in the boat was very James Wan horror.
Yeah, because the monsters look great. The trench looked like fucking great monsters.
But there were jump scares.
Yes.
There was that darkness. There was all that shit.
That whole sequence, I was floored. That was some of the best directing I've ever seen in a comic book film. In a film, period.
So that was like something that really took my breath away and really I'm like, holy shit, I'm totally getting my money's worth here.
Yeah.
So I think that was one to mention, obviously. I don't really know if I have any other. I mean, the Spider-Verse, I think the whole intro to each character was fun.
Yep.
And I think that the whole movie was like a moment.
It definitely
that whole
was.
beginning where he's, when he's walking down and he's in Brooklyn and you just see the animation. It really did it gave me a great feeling. So, it was something that I won't forget.
I love the moment where he finally, he takes Peter's advice and he hears him in his head. He's like, you just have to take that leap. And he jumps off the building, right? But the glass breaks. And I was reading this thread and someone explained it. So I was like, oh, that's why it's so, he's still afraid to let go a little bit, pulls the glass off. But then when he's falling up and the camera is upside down.
That's a great shot.
I fucking loved all that. And that's similar. I like how Aquaman fast swims in the water, kind of like Superman flies in Man of Steel, like he's breaking the sound barrier in Man of Steel, and in the water you see him breaking the barrier. But I thought the swimming effects look great every time they took off.
Oh, what about the death of Peter Parker? That was a pretty good moment.
That was good, but the only issue I have with that is he's just gonna let Kingpin take you out like that. But Peter didn't get up. It was kind of weird.
No. I'm talking about best moments is Infinity War.
Oh,
yeah.
I think the acting is really good.
Yeah, the acting. I say performance.
And I think he improv that whole bit.
It's just so tough to I fully appreciate acting. It's just tough, as Rugman mentioned earlier, because you know that he's in the next Marvel film.
Yes, they're coming out of the
so tough.
I know. I don't know
that
why
moment,
they do that.
best father and son between him. I don't want to go. Tom Holland did a great job.
I think that also there's two scenes in Black Panther that always stick out to me as very, very good, and they're both trips to the afterlife.
Oh,
I like those a lot. Yep.
When Killmonger sees his dad, that's great.
Yeah.
But even better than that is when T'Challa finds out what happened, and then he goes and sees his dad, and he's like, "What the fuck, Dad? What's going on?" And he's like, "How could you do this?"
That whole flashback is powerful too. When you find out what happens.
I've rewatched that scene with the dream sequence where he talks to his dad, and when the point where he yells at his dad that he's wrong and everyone was wrong for doing this.
I also love when he yells at Forrest Whitaker later. where he's like, I was following the king. He's like, I'm the king now. And
he's great.
Yeah.
That's those two scenes are actually, we always say that the guy, Killmonger he stole the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
He stole the movie from T'Challa, but like he had a couple of good scenes in there too.
Chadwick Boseman had some moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that Chadwick Boseman, I agree 100%. I think they gave the better role to Killmonger.
Yeah, it's just a cooler role. And let's not, we already mentioned it, but like the whole battle at Warrior Falls, the lighting, the set, the people on the hill, the way you don't expect him to throw him off the fucking off the thing into the water. That was amazing.
I did not like that set because
really?
Yeah.
It looked kind of fake to you?
It looked very fake.
Yeah.
It was just a blue screen.
Yeah.
But that's my bias for obvious reasons.
Well, you work in the industry.
Yeah, it just looked like
you know what to look for.
Yeah, it just the lighting never looks right.
What do you think of the sets in Infinity War then, like the Titan environment?
I'm trying to think because I just watched it. I liked them.
Yeah.
The New York scene was kind of weird in the beginning because, like, when Spider-Man's in the park, like, you could tell it's not Washington Square Park, and
it kind of looked like a weird set or not on location. Like, there was something weird about it.
Oh, the other sets were good. Nowhere and when Thor built his hammer, Wakanda was just at Georgia, but it looked good because it was shot outside.
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't need the indoors. Good. All right, worst moments in everything in Venom.
Yeah.
Well, how about the fact
let's throw. Let's pick a moment.
I'm going to say the end of the movie that got spoiled in the trailers when he says we are Venom, and it doesn't make sense. He just bit the head off this guy and the fucking Korean lady. It doesn't make a fuss, and she just walks away. Like, it's very weird. And I'm like, that was in the fucking trailer. That's how the movie ends, you bastards.
I'm going to go with Aquaman kissing Mera.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
In the midst of the battle.
That is
in
bad.
the midst of the battle. Yeah. Their whole romance is basically them looking longingly at each other
with like stupid
in between with like random pauses. With soap opera shots.
Although I did like when she ate the rose. Like, that was really cute. Like, she didn't understand. Like, she's a fish out of water. She thought she's looking at people eating vegetables, and she takes a bite out of the rose. And then he doesn't want to embarrass her. He takes a bite too. I was like, oh, that's cute. But then this fucking we're holding hands. Oh, I didn't know. You get frightened and you hold hands. Like, it's so fucking cliche. And them coming out of the water to Pitbull's Africa, that just fucking ruined the whole movie almost for me. Because why Pitbull? Why
Should have been Weezer's Africa.
Oh, that was a good version of Africa. Or just play Toto's Africa.
It shouldn't be Africa at all. That was too on the nose.
That was very Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
It should be Coming to America.
It should be James Brown. Bellotti, you got
Living in America.
That's Living in America.
No.
Yes.
Coming to America was the Eddie Murphy movie.
Yes. Great movie.
White Buzz?
I would throw in, there's nothing worse though than nothing worse than Mera and Aquaman, but Black Manta receiving the fucking legendary dagger from his dad.
Yeah, that was
in the middle
bad.
of the heist.
Also from his dad.
While he's dying.
You have to live to kill that motherfucker. You gotta get out of here. You gotta kill that Aquaman.
You know what was bad too? The whole intro to Aquaman when the father meets Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
She eats the fish and he comes in and doesn't even freak out.
Yeah. He's like,
people eat fish.
People eat goldfish.
Like that?
He's like, I was going to make you some eggs.
That's the first time you've seen someone do something like that.
You know what else I wondered? That opening scene, those stormtroopers come in.
We used to do that in frat parties.
Oh yeah,
drink goldfish,
and then you would puke them up into the sink in the next day, and they would be sitting there.
This is like an injured woman on your couch that you found in the ocean. You know?
Well, maybe she was in a fraternity or a sorority.
This is what I thought about when after they come in and they fucking demolish the house right in the beginning, right? Holes in the wall, holes on the inside. But then the very next scene is her leaving, and the house is rebuilt. Everything's fine. How did he explain this to his insurance company? This is the only thing I can. What happened to those bodies, and what did you tell the fucking Geico or State Farm that happened here? Did they cover this? I got
2 from Venom, just because they're both stupid, and having both in the same movie is equally dumb. Him eating the half-eaten chicken out of the garbage.
No, the chicken part, yes.
The chicken part. And then him going into the restaurant and eating a live lobster.
No, that's my favorite part. Is him getting into the aquarium is hilarious.
Well, I mean, why do you need 2 gross out
No,
moments?
you don't. You really don't. It's overdone.
You get that he
gotta
will
double
eat
down.
anything.
Yeah, you get it. He eats flesh. What about She-Venom? Would you put that in a best moment or worst moment?
Oh, when they make out?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty bad, too.
It's so
It's
great
pretty bad.
because
Everything in Venom sucks.
you're like,
everything
what
in Venom is
the
horrible.
fuck am I watching? Still entertaining. Is there anything in Infinity War you would put in as a worst
As a
moment?
bad moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything with fucking the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
With
Drax?
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord's
Oh, you
dumb
hate
decision?
Star-Lord.
Yeah, he sucks.
Well, I mean, that's his character, though, to have made
I'm
that.
trying to think of a moment that stands out as bad as those.
Like the minute that Gamora told her that she knows where the fucking Infinity Stones,
Right.
and she's the only one. He should have just shot her.
Oh, shit.
And then, okay, we win.
Problem solved. He's never going to find it.
Yeah.
Next movie.
Yeah, I got nothing from that.
How about something I mentioned earlier? Ant-Man and the Wasp, the whole Janet Van Dyne just comes out and she can heal Ghost. And
Oh, that sucked too.
yeah, they don't really, like,
They,
what the
they
fuck?
just do sex machina
Yeah,
the whole plot to that movie.
Yeah.
It's amazing how like forgettable and formulaic that movie was, but you got to remember there was fun parts where he's stuck at half size. Still a great.
Oh, that's
a
great.
great sequence.
Is there anything from the thing about
I don't even
Deadpool is I can't
remember
remember
that part.
Remember,
Oh my
you
God.
know, remember he was in the
I remember.
school and he was stuck at half
Yeah,
size.
now I
It was
remember it.
funny.
I was trying
Yeah,
to remember
that's it.
anything like good or bad from Deadpool, and I can't think of anything.
There's one good thing we'll get to later. It's after the movie, and I'm talking about the post credits.
Okay.
Oh, genius.
During the movie, I mean, I like the kid playing Fire Kid, whatever his name was.
Vroom Vroom Firestarter.
Boom Boom Firestarter. But then you have a big CGI battle between Colossus and Juggernaut. Was it good? Did you guys like that? It was fun. You get the electricity
alright.
up the
Yeah, I
ass.
liked it. Yeah.
I mean, they preface it by Deadpool going, "Okay, here comes a big CGI
Yeah,
fight."
he looks right at the camera.
Yeah.
He's like, big CGI fight scene coming up. So you're like, oh, great. You know,
Yeah,
and
so you, even though it kind of looks ridiculous, it's part of the thing.
I like
Right.
that second movie did it expanded things.
See,
it
the thing
wasn't
is,
bad.
when you have a weird comedy or animation, you can kind of sidestep a lot of this scrutiny.
Stupid stuff.
Especially
Yeah,
in
that's
Deadpool,
true.
yes. But it makes sense. All right, look, I think that's good. Let's fucking finally get to the ranking.
Talking nerd.
Here's what we did different this year. Instead of going round robin and everyone going, what do you have at 7? What do you have at 6? What do you have at 5? It's a little messy. It's a little hard to follow.
And honestly, I think that we were kind of on the same
It
wavelength.
would have been, yes, it would have been very similar, and they did come out similar. So what everyone did is they sent me their rankings, and I had to do fucking math.
Oh, shit.
I did have Anthony double check the figures. They are correct. So starting at the bottom, number 7 out of 7, no surprise, Venom at the bottom. And I think I was the only stinker that didn't have it at 7 because I didn't want to put it last.
Okay.
7, everyone agrees, Venom. Number 6, this is kind of surprising. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, shit.
Coming in at number 6. But it's a crazy year for movies, and we just talked about how forgettable Ruggs didn't even
Let me
remember.
comment on why that is the way it is, because I moved it down to 6, and I was surprised I did it that way.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, it is, as we've mentioned numerous times now, an entirely forgettable movie.
The only thing
other than the post-credit
Yes,
scene,
that's the only
nothing
thing
affects
important.
anything, and nothing that happens. No one changes. Nothing gets better. The only thing that comes back is Ant-Man or Diane Van Dyne comes back.
Janet
That's
Van
it.
Dyne.
Janet Van Dyne.
So,
Diane Van
and
Dyne.
also,
Whatever the fuck her name is.
I think we realized
Diane Lane.
Diane Lane. She's not
No,
in this
she's
movie.
not in the
That's
movie.
Martha Kent. I think we realized a lot of people skip this movie. It feels like a filler before Endgame, and I'm wondering if the same thing's going to happen to Captain Marvel, where people
don't
are,
think so.
you know, I just need to get through this to get to Endgame. I was surprised how many people just like they didn't watch it. It's before the events of Infinity War, but it's kind of a filler chapter in this giant story, a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's at number 6 because at number 5 is fucking Aquaman. Makes it to number 5, and I think that's
Which is much more memorable to me, by the way.
It is a much more memorable film.
I mean, these
For good and bad reasons.
James Wan and Warner Brothers DC swung for the fucking fences with this one, and not all of them hit. There's another sport.
Congratulations,
I
you
used
beat
it right.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes, you beat Ant-Man and the Wasp and Venom, which is not hard, but you beat Ant-Man and the Wasp. Some of the stuff 6, you got to give them a little bit credit visually. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp has some great special effects scenes too, but Aquaman just giving you a whole world.
I think I had it higher on my list.
You had Aquaman at number 4, along with Bellotti. Anthony and myself had it at 5.
Right.
And that's where it fell. At number 4 is Deadpool 2, right smack dab in the middle. Bellotti giving it the higher score, Bellotti. You had this at number 2. Care to elaborate?
Mostly because of that parachute scene.
Oh, where everyone just eats it at the end.
I laughed so hard in the theater that I don't remember the movie for like 10 minutes after that.
That milk came out of your nose and you weren't even drinking milk?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Watching it again, the other line I laughed out loud at is where he goes, "You killed Black Tom Cassidy, you racist son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Like, it's still fucking funny. There's a lot of good lines in there.
No, there's more reasons why. I think directing wise, that guy is also another legit director. So all those fight scenes were really very well choreographed too. So it kinda,
David Leitch, John Wick.
Yeah, I have to watch it a second time.
Yeah, watch the Cable Deadpool fight in the prison. It's very, very well choreographed. And I respect that a lot.
I like the whole truck chase scene too, where
that scene is
Domino's
great.
driving the truck.
Where he's doubting her powers and
Yes.
she keeps getting out of it. Like the whole, it was just brilliant.
And she's like, "I'm in."
It is actually a very clever movie. I'll give it credit.
It's super clever, super meta, self-aware, and
See, that's the thing. It's like, I just can't believe that I remember the first Deadpool so much more clearly than this second one.
it had
You
cable.
well, you've probably watched it more, right?
Yeah.
On TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even after that first time I saw it, I remember everything.
Yeah.
So,
All right, that brings us to the top 3. This is a very tight race, very hard decision. Coming in number 3 is Black Panther, people.
I think that'll surprise people.
I think that will surprise people. Now, here's the ranking. It's screwed up because of myself and Bellotti. Anthony and Rugboy put it at number 2. I put it at number 3. Bellotti put it at number 5. Bellotti, comment.
3, 4. Did I put a number 5?
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
Yeah, I have my reasons, but I didn't think it was as good as people said it was, and I didn't like T'Challa's story arc. I thought it was weak. I thought he was the weakest character in the movie, and also, Coogler is not good at directing CGI battles, and these movies are like 90% CGI.
I mean, it's his first. Yeah, it's his first time.
His first movie.
I respect all of that.
Yeah,
those are all valid criticisms.
Those are valid criticisms.
Thank you. It was good. It was a good. No, don't get me wrong. It was good. The performances were fantastic, better than anything in Aquaman. But I go to these movies for spectacle, and Aquaman gave me a spectacle, and Black Panther really did it. You know?
There you go.
yeah, it's basically it's weird because you have these 7 movies and you have to figure out where this stacks up in those 7. But
Right.
Black Panther, for me, like, I was like, it's not my favorite Marvel movie by far. There's so many other movies I put on top of it. But then these other movies came out, and it surprised me how much I enjoyed the experience of it more than Black Panther. So so Deadpool, even I feel like it's weird that I don't remember that movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Venom, no surprise there.
Yeah.
Aquaman, you can't ever put Aquaman in front of Black Panther, so it's just a logical spot for.
Well,
it to
that's
be
why I would
3.
argue that Black Panther is the movie's more about something than Aquaman is, which isn't really.
Aquaman
about
gives you
anything.
more for your money's worth,
It
and and the action scenes are better.
Yeah,
even though they're both CG fests.
but Black Panther's got good character development, and it's got
there's more behind.
Yes.
Which I don't know. It kind of makes me disappointed because, like,
I mean, they're very similar movies too, kind of what they're about. Black Panther and Aquaman. If you think about it, this is both.
Yeah, but Black Panther's a much more well written story.
Yes,
than Aquaman.
Better
the writing is just that's what actually takes it over the top.
Yeah.
The writing.
So that leaves us top
and the acting.
Top 2
and acting. Yeah.
The movies remaining are Avengers: Infinity War, Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse. Number 1 movie for this year, 2018, is Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh, shit.
Putting Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse at number 2.
Can I comment on that real quick?
Yes.
Because initially, when I would have done these if you would have asked me to do these rankings right after Infinity War came out, I would have said Black Panther's better.
Right.
In retrospect, looking back at Infinity War, it is an amazing accomplishment that movie is as good as it is with all the things they had to juggle and all the storylines and everything. And I've watched a ton of video essays on after the fact, and I'm really impressed with the Russos and with the writing team for that. They
what
did
it
a
is?
fantastic job.
You know what it is? Not to cut you off.
Yeah,
But
no problem.
No, cut him off, please.
As long as Imran doesn't cut me off.
I didn't cut you.
I know. I'm just pulling Emron on you. You know, like Justice League, they basically put these characters in a room together and you're supposed to go, take my money, and it's amazing. Avengers didn't do that. And this is going back to the first Avengers movie. It's not only that they pulled it off well.
Yeah,
Is it a perfect movie? No, but nothing really is, except for maybe Goodfellas. But they pulled it off and they did it well. And you felt every single thing that those characters felt on film.
And despite the fact that it's not the complete story, leaves you hanging. Right. But still, wow.
It's still a good movie. It's still a good standalone movie.
Event comic comes to life.
If you take it categorically across all the categories, Avengers, right? You have good acting.
Yeah.
Right? You have pretty good special effects. There's a couple of spots where the heads are floating in the Iron Man armor and stuff like that.
I noticed that too.
Okay. So it's not flawless. But it is very good in other places.
Proxima
like
Midnight, a couple of the Black Order people.
Yeah. But Thanos was good, and that's where it really counted, and all the other stuff. So the acting's great, the script is great, what the actors say, how they say it is great. So, and the action is very, very good. So everything's working. Right? Everything in this movie is working. There's not like one really weak part. Other than those floating heads.
How they're going to top it is amazing. And I mean, both Avengers Infinity War and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse surprised the shit out of me because I didn't know if they were able to do this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse surprised me so much because I didn't realize how much love. So the reason that came up too is I put it at number 1, Spider-Verse, to fuck everything up, and everyone else had it at 3.
So your rankings weren't unbiased.
No, I put it at number 1 because
Spider-Verse does a lot of those things well too.
Listen,
they're very well, very well acted.
What I'm saying is he looked at everyone's rankings and goes, I'm going to fuck it up.
I'll tell you exactly why. Look, Avengers Infinity War, 10 years in the making. Yes, unprecedented. Something that I didn't think they would have accomplished. They did. Spider-Man I have loved for 35 plus years. And this movie finally gave me the true essence of a Spider-Man, that anybody can be Spider-Man, that to be a hero, to do the right thing. That, and like, how often does that come around? We're getting another Avengers movie next year. This fucking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was just this love letter to Spider-Man. Didn't
he do that in Dark Knight Rises where anybody can be Batman? Wasn't that the point of John Blake's character?
Yeah.
He's going to be Robin.
To be honest with you, I never thought that the idea of Spider-Man is that anybody could be Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's unique.
I always thought that only Peter Parker could be Spider-Man in the way that he is Spider-Man. And Miles Morales is Spider-Man in only the way that he can be Spider-Man.
No, that's what I mean. And I disagree because reading Spider-Man growing up, I was like, I could be Spider-Man. Like, that could be me. Like, I have to say, that's what I mean by anybody could be Spider-Man. You could see yourself.
I'm with you on Imran. I'm with you on that, Imran.
Right. I look. No, because if Flash Thompson would have gotten bitten by the spider, he would not be Spider-Man the way we know it.
Well,
all right.
There's
Spider-Man. Everything we love about Spider-Man is Peter Parker, right? The fact that he's gone through this stuff and does the right thing all the time.
Yeah.
Like Miles Morales just happens to be a lot like Peter Parker.
Well, you got to be it's your character. It goes back and it's
not anyone can be Spider-Man.
Not anyone, but a good person. The quote in the movie from Stan Lee says it perfectly. Like, to know when you do the right thing is
so just like anybody who can wield the fucking Excalibur can be fucking king. It's the same thing.
I see what you're saying. You have to be able to wield that power chosen correctly. Yes. It's better than the spider totem thing where it was always supposed to be Peter Parker.
I understand.
That's bullshit.
But
okay, maybe not anyone, but the good-hearted in all of us.
I just don't want you to devalue the character that fucking carried it on its shoulders for 60 years.
It's a good point.
And say anybody can do it. That's fucking a disservice to the character.
I agree.
I agree with that. I would also add in that a big part of Peter Parker's appeal to everyone, including Imran, was the fact that he went through normal everyday things.
Yeah, we could all see ourselves in
relate to him. He was the everyman.
The girl problems, the being late for things, the having homework, all that shit.
Can I add something before I forget? I
want you to forget. Don't add it.
I'm going to forget if I don't say it because that's the way I roll. I want to talk about expectations and the ranking of these movies.
Yeah.
Because I know people are like shocked that Black Panther's so low on my list.
Yeah.
But it goes back to how he was portrayed in Civil War.
Yeah.
And from the moment I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my God, I love Black Panther. And in the movie, totally delivered. I was like, I love Black Panther. He was my favorite character. So when the movie came out, the solo film, my expectations were pretty high. And when I saw it, I was like, I'm not getting a Black Panther movie. I'm getting a Killmonger movie. Like, where's that character?
You're getting a
Same
Wakanda movie, you know.
Exactly. Same thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Aquaman, I had zero expectations because it's DC. So I was surprised, which is why I was higher on my list. Same thing with Spider-Verse. I've been bitten way too many times in the ass with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're not Spider-Man then.
No, you
Like, what?
can't.
He's Spider-Ass.
He's Spider-Ass. You can't get bitten in
You're
the
actually
ass.
getting bitten by Spider-Man, which is different than a radioactive spider. I see.
Yeah, it's like getting stabbed with a butter knife. It just hurts.
I got the spider herpes.
But Infinity War was the only one I was genuinely excited for.
Yeah.
And that's the one, if it sucked, it would have been like at the bottom of my list easily.
Yeah.
But
So-
they
I mean,
fucking pulled it off.
expectation and inherent bias is all a big part of these ranking these.
Yeah.
I just think if you look at these movies and how do they, on that list of all the things that a good movie needs to, a good action movie needs to have, like which one does it the best?
Yeah.
I mean, the list that we have is pretty dead on.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Mine's a little different, but I would agree with the.
I mean,
us
to go with,
fours.
like, if I was to say like what has the most relentless action, you say Aquaman because it was obviously the most action, the most personal character driven.
Exhaustingly relentless.
Yeah, but see what it does well in action and effects, it doesn't do well with script and
everything
acting.
else.
Right.
Yeah.
And Black Panther's the opposite. It's a very deeply moving personal story for some
Not
of
a
those
lot of
characters.
action though, really,
Not a lot
in the
of
Black
action.
Panther.
And the action's kind of like, you
Aside
know, I
from
mean that one
the
there's that one casino
yeah,
scene
in
and
the
a
street.
couple of
Yeah.
you know.
But Infinity War does both very, very well.
But Spider-Verse also crazy fucking action scenes throughout the whole movie.
But did you notice in Spider-Verse that the fighting in that movie, there was a lot of quick cuts, especially when they punched out. When
they don't want to show you any punches.
Yeah, they didn't show a lot of punches.
Oh,
and when
they kidified it.
Yeah, when Peter and Miles punch out Doc Ock, they don't show it.
I didn't
but
know
they show,
it cuts away. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I noticed it right away because Spider-Gwen comes in and knocks her right out, and they show that. And I was like, oh,
Well, they're doing the same thing with Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Like, they're not going to show him actually punch anyone in any of these movies. Like,
Which is stupid.
They said that. I know, it is dumb, and he's a teenager.
Because Raimi's Spider-Man was like punching his shit out
dude,
of Doc
the
Ock.
first Spider-Man, how violent was that first Spider-Man? Remember the hits? The Green
first
Goblin
two.
fight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal, violent action. Sam Raimi style. It was great. No holds
Yeah,
barred.
that subway fight in part 2 is still the greatest Spider-Man sequence ever put to film, I think.
Right on. All right. Look, everyone's entitled to their own rank. If you disagree, listener, let us know. Join the Facebook page, whatever.
It'll be in the notes.
It'll be in the notes. You'll see it here. Real quick, let's do this. Who had the best post-credit scene?
Recap.
Ant-Man.
Here's the rundown. Avengers Infinity War. You got Nick Fury paging Captain Marvel before he gets
Okay, that's
dusted.
good too.
Deadpool 2.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spidey 29.9 comes back and gets stuck in a 1960s Spider-Man meme pointing.
That's cute.
I was excited to see Miguel O'Hara. Black Panther Wakanda is out in the public. I think this is the weakest out of all
No,
of them.
that's not the only one. Then there's also the White Wolf being Winter Soldiers.
Oh, at the very end?
Yeah, but I mean, that should be part of the movie.
That should have been part of the movie.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 had multiple post-credit scenes. All of them, I think they got funnier and funnier. Of course, the last one where he fixes the timeline, shoots his old Deadpool and himself, Ryan Reynolds, reading the script for Green Lantern. I mean, that bit was funnier than the whole fucking movie to me.
Right.
That's fantastic. Aquaman, Black Manta's coming back.
Didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, probably the most pertinent, important to what's going on.
That's a huge spoiler.
Scott is spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I think that Captain Marvel and Ant-Man reveals are very important to what's going to happen to the rest of the Marvel universe. So
And
I
also
think that those two are the best.
They're going to have to explain what happened in Ant-Man and the Wasp in Avengers Endgame because they can't bank on people having seen this movie. Like, they're going to have to repeat this. And then Venom, with the silliest post-credit scene, is Woody Harrelson in a Ronald McDonald wig.
That's fucking unbelievably
as
stupid.
Carnage.
Not because of the tease, but because he's wearing that stupid
The wig is horrible. That's definitely the worst. Venom also gets worst post-credit scene. But yeah, I mean, for me, the Deadpool scene, just because it was hilarious. But Ant-Man and the Wasp and Avengers also very important.
Yeah.
Coming next year, dude, next year is fucking nuts. We had 7 superhero comic book movies we reviewed this year, and that's not even counting Teen Titans Go, The Incredibles 2, which, whatever. Next year, 9 movies, starting with Glass, January 18, which is technically not a superhero movie, but it is. Then,
It is, but it isn't.
It is, but it isn't. Captain Marvel, March 8th. Then in April, we have Shazam on my birthday, April 5th. Hellboy on April 12th, and Avengers Endgame moved up to April 26th.
Hellboy, that's going to make no money.
That's going to make zero money. No one's going to go see that.
No, it's making nothing.
I don't think anyone's going to go see that. Then in June, I guess this fucking Dark Phoenix movie is coming out.
I'll believe it when I see it.
July 6th, Spider-Man Far From Home. He's not dead, people. He's
no trailer yet.
No trailer. And they showed it at the Brazil Comic-Con. They haven't put it out. I don't know. Because you got to think in this situation, this is a tough spot. How are they going to advertise this movie when you have Endgame coming up without giving away stuff, when people already know, without just acknowledging it? Oh, he's not fucking dead, even though in the trailer, ever you see him, everyone's mourning him. So that's a real tricky spot. I don't know how they market this movie or when you put out these trailers. New Mutants, Josh Boon's horror X-Men movie, apparently still coming out in August.
Other one, I'll believe it when I see it.
And then Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker with De Niro, October 14th. Guys, what are you most excited for? I think I know the answer to this.
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's going to be Avengers 4.
Yeah, I can't even.
Take Endgame off the table.
Okay.
What would you be most excited for out of this list?
Captain Marvel, then Spider-Man, and then
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah, I have to go with that too.
The Shazam movie
Because
seems
Spider-Man,
fun.
I know what I'm going to get.
Right.
And I'm not really that excited about it.
I hope it's not another formula. He's going to be in Europe. There's going to be Mysterio and the Elementals.
Yeah, but I know it's like, Tom Holland is like is Iron Spider-Man.
Oh, he's
not
going to
like-
have suits and tech and all this shit.
He's Peter Stark.
Yeah, he's Peter Stark.
All right, so I'm looking forward to maybe Captain Marvel like being interesting. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, because I got
And
questions.
then-
I got questions for Captain Marvel, and I need them fucking questions answered in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah?
That's
What
right.
are some of your questions?
Where the fuck was she?
Who is your daddy and what does he
Who is
do?
your daddy? Put that cookie down. She's fighting the Skrulls out in space.
Well, I want to know why Ronan turned. I want to know why Captain Marvel. Well,
Yeah.
they're going to show the original Captain Marvel. I
Yeah.
just want to know where she went. That's all I want to know.
A lot of good questions.
And how come, Nick Fury just doesn't tell everybody that there's a superhero?
Yes. Why didn't he call her before?
Oh, did you hear? Really quick aside. I just read something online that they retconned Loki's villainous turn in the first Avengers. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I read that. They said that he was mind controlled by the Scepter in Avengers.
Yeah, that's
Who
what
said
made
that?
It was
The studio? Marvel?
Yeah, it was
Disney?
like Marvel or
It was
something.
an
They did-
interview with
I'm just gonna go and refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I don't want to believe that. Why do they want to make him less villainous? He is a little bit different. Like, it's the only movie where he wants to take over the world like everyone else. All the other appearances, he's like a little trickster.
But he wants to do that because of how he felt from coming off the first film when he felt unwanted.
But isn't
And he felt like
Thanos
he's-
controlling him from afar
he-
to do this?
No, he.
Thanos is kind of controlling like the situation,
Right.
but he's manipulating him. But
From the
he's
Jersey
playing
Shore?
on the fact that Loki wants to be in power because he was never the rightful heir to Asgard.
And he's bitter against
He's bitter
his father
towards
and
his
his brother.
dad,
Yeah.
Yeah, it follows an arc. There's definitely an emotional story arc.
So
there
why
that-
would they have to tell us that he was being mind controlled to make him seem more of a good guy? Look, he's getting a TV show. I don't think he's dead. The Russo brothers said he's dead. I don't think he's fucking dead. He's gonna have a streaming show. There's got to be a reason for this.
I don't know.
Anthony,
There's a lot of lying going
there's
on.
a lot of line going on. Anthony, Avengers 4 off the table. What are you most excited for next?
I'm just gonna echo Rug Boy. I mean, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. I'm more anticipating Shazam than Joker, but they're all like those four.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
Shazam and
watched this
Joker.
movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
That fucking was just insane.
Yeah.
It's called You Were Never Really Here.
Oh, I heard about this. This is when he went on David Letterman, and he was doing the tour. And it's like a
No, that's something else.
that's a different one.
No, that's called I'm Still Here.
Is it?
Yes.
What is You Were Never Really Here?
It's about this. The movie. It doesn't tell you shit. You have to figure it out as it goes. But it starts out you're following Joaquin Phoenix, and he has just done some kind of dirty deed, like violent deed, and he calls someone up and says it's done, and you don't know if he's a bad guy or a good guy. You just kind of like pick up information as you go, and then he's basically this fucking badass dude who does shit.
Wow.
And
That sounds cool.
And but he's mental, and he's gonna he wants to fucking kill himself. It's just really crazy, and he's just great in that. So I can't wait to see what he does with the Joker.
So if he could do a psycho Joker the same way, that'll be fun. Well, guys, guess what time it is? It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. Bellotti, what do you think about that piece of audio there?
Jesus, Jesus fucking Christ!
That's the right reaction.
Oh my God! If I just had a seizure.
That's awesome. Little much.
What was that?
That was a piece of production I spent hours and hours putting together.
I call bullshit.
Thanks for shitting all over my work, Bellotti.
You're welcome. That's what I do best.
Moving on. Lisa Morrison checking in from the Facebook group Jock and Nerd Nation. Her thoughts on Spider-Verse. She has a great line. She says, I enjoyed it a lot. On a scale of Rug Boy to Imran, I'd give it a Tony. You get points for that, Lisa Morrison.
That was good.
That's pretty fucking funny. And
that's like right in the middle.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. She's like, it was just good in between. Very good. David Malosky Lalo posting this very controversial post that I don't know. We have to talk about this real quick. He writes, Aquaman is better than Wonder Woman and on par with Black Panther. Come at me, bro.
I had one word for that.
Yes.
No.
I agree. We'll come at you. That is incorrect, David Malosky Lalo.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason to come. It's just that's a stupid thing to say.
But if you look at that thread, a lot of people agreed with it.
Well, Aquaman didn't have that shitty third act like both of those movies.
That's a good
true.
point. That is a good point. And
It finished strong. It did finish strong.
It finished strong. It just had shitty writing throughout.
Yeah.
What Wonder Woman had over Aquaman was better performances.
Yeah,
and
Gal.
Wonder Woman had that like Aquaman doesn't have that signature moment.
Right.
While Wonder Woman has her walking out into the no man's land.
So
and
fucking
everyone
cool.
can point to that and be like, that movie is fucking awesome. Look at that moment.
And we just talked about how Aquaman and Black Panther are similar subject matters, but completely on the opposite sides of the spectrum. You cannot. I'm on par. I don't know if it's even on par.
I don't know if it's not on par.
No, it's not. It's not. That's a golf thing. I don't know sports.
I think they're both good for different reasons.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're not. You can't compare them.
You can be. Yeah.
I personally didn't like the directing of Wonder Woman. It was very choppy, and the editing was kind of funky. But that's just me.
All right, that's good. That sparked quite a post there, David. So that was good. Joey Austin tried to get something started. We have the Jock and Nerd Nation Awards. He writes, Jock and Nerd 2018 movie nominations. We have discussed this in the past. The Nation nominates the guys and Puppet pick the winners. His categories were Best Movie, Best Male Actor, Female Actor, Comic Book of the Year, Best Writer, Best Artist, Geek Boner Moment of the Year. We had a couple of people write in. Joey himself, here's his picks. Best Movie, Avengers Infinity War, Best Male Actor, Tom Holland. And then he put Best Female Actor, Gal Gadot, because I think he thought Wonder Woman came out this year.
And he's wrong again.
He was wrong, but he has, I love the category of Geek Boner Moment of the Year. He has it as Thor joining the fight in Wakanda in Infinity War. Justin Zwerner, I love Justin Zwerner. Keep up the good work in the nation. He says,
I like how they don't like acknowledge the list that was put out.
No,
they just
put whatever.
Pick one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin Zwerner, best Geek Boner Moment. Definitely our Royal Highness King Imran getting roasted.
Shit.
I like that. That was a good, great Geek Boner moment. David Malosky says, best movie, Mission Impossible Fallout or Spider-Verse. Fallout's a fucking great action movie.
Yeah.
That is a very entertaining action movie for sure.
I still have to watch
Solid
it.
film.
Bloody, you haven't seen it?
No, I got to catch up on that.
Dude, for old school practical, like actually doing the effects that you're shooting in the camera in real life, you don't see shit like they do in Fallout anymore. And Tom Cruise is a
You know
maniac.
what they do a great job of too is a lot of the action in a lot of action movies is just kind of bland. It happens.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know what the technique is. I'm not a fucking movie maker, but in Mission Impossible Fallout, every punch, every
You feel it.
explosion, like it reverberates through the screen.
It's jarring and it's just brutal and you feel the hit. Yeah, you're right. It's weird.
Yeah, James Cameron does that shit too.
Yeah.
It's just he hasn't come out with anything in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Wait till
he's gonna die soon.
He's making 5 more Avatar films.
Wait till the 12 Avatars come out, and then he'll be on top of the world.
He's
again.
underwater doing research for the Avatar
He
film.
literally is drawing plants underwater for fucking Avatar. No, dude, Tom Cruise learned how to fly a fucking helicopter for this movie. Who does that? Only fucking crazy people like Tom
method
Cruise.
actors.
Yeah, now he knows how to do all the stuff from learning it in the movie, and he can mix you a damn fine cocktail while he's doing it.
Of course.
Brian Goff says, not sure if this is supposed to be comic book related or not, but for me, best movie, he has Ready Player One. I haven't seen that. That's really the only best I can think of.
It's got Mechagodzilla in it.
I haven't seen that.
I want to listen to the audiobook of the book because I heard it's better than the movie.
No, the movie was fun, but it's nowhere near as good as the book. It's just not.
And he says if it is in fact comics related, Infinity War is best movie, best geek boner moment for him. The Godzilla King of the Monsters second trailer.
Oh, shit.
I like the second one more.
Yeah, that got him going.
I like the first one more.
Bellotti, which trailer did you like?
I appreciate the shout out to that.
What do you think of those? What do you think of the trailers?
I like them both. The second one was definitely more of a hype trailer than anything.
Yeah,
and it spurred a lot of conversation with the mystery kaiju and all that stuff. But it got me excited.
Are the mystery kaiju Kumonga and Anguirus?
That's what the word in the fandom has been going around.
So there's gonna be 6 fucking kaiju in this movie.
I think more.
Whoa.
Yeah.
J.R. Flamin checks in. Geek boner moment. Cap stepping out from the shadows in Infinity War. Yes.
Yeah, my man.
Great moment. We're going to wrap up with a little bit of geek news led by our favorite, Matt Miller.
Favorite?
He's doing us a solid. I think we fine-tuned.
We tolerate Matt Miller.
Okay, our favorite toleration.
Yes.
There we go.
We tolerate this under protest.
What's up, Jock and our Nation? Matthew James back again. Happy 2019 to everybody. 2018 was definitely a great year, but we are #blessed to be living in the time we are living in with everything that's coming out. So I cannot wait to see everything. Let's get into some geek news.
Ooh, sound effects.
We got Punisher Season 2 debuting on Netflix January 18th, just a couple weeks from now. One of the only Marvel shows to survive. So I'm excited about that.
Wait, we got to pause there. This is crazy. 2 weeks, January 18th. Probably the last season of Punisher, and then it's going to be canceled.
Punisher Season 1 was really good.
Season 1 was good. Season 2, here's your official synopsis. Former Marine turned vigilante, Frank Castle has been living a quiet life on the road until he suddenly becomes embroiled in the attempted murder of a young girl. As he is drawn into the mystery surrounding her and those in pursuit of the information she holds, Castle attracts a new target on his back as new and old enemies force him to confront whether he should accept his destiny and embrace a life as the Punisher. Steve Lightfoot will be the showrunner, and they put out the teaser. Did you guys get to watch this short teaser?
No, I didn't see the teaser.
Nope. So
I saw it, but it wasn't memorable for me.
They're intercutting Bernthal with Ben Barnes' Jigsaw. Now, here's the thing that's a little weird, and I have a comment from Adam Morris about this, is in this teaser, you see Jigsaw's face. And remember what happened at the end of the fucking Punisher, Anthony?
Jigsaw, right?
Yeah, what did he do to his face?
He rubbed it up against some glass.
Yes, he did.
He brutalized his face.
Oh, he fucked them up good. And they were even like, I don't know if we can put this back together at the end. So you see him in this trailer, and he's not that kind of scarred up. Does not.
Yeah, he looks fine.
He looks
really?
fine. Yeah.
I have to look at this trailer.
And then he's got this mask on that looks like that, that dance group Jabberwocky, and they wear those white masks.
Yeah.
He's wearing one of these masks. But it's all about like Frank Castle putting the pieces together, Ben Barnes separating the pieces. And then there's a great line in the teaser where he's like, I don't die. I'm the one that does the killing. Castle says that. But Adam Morris posted a comparison photo of Jigsaw from Punisher Warzone 2008 with the Netflix's Jigsaw. And wow, the Warzone one is brutal. He goes, I hope the new Punisher season is awesome, but Jigsaw just looks like a dude that got in a weak bar fight and got bottled on a Friday night. Warzone is not a good movie, but Jigsaw in that was legitimately upsetting to look at. Not sure why they went so conservative unless he gets re-fucked up at the end of this season.
That's kind of disappointing.
They went a little over the top with the performance in Warzone, but yeah, the makeup was really gross.
Looked like a Jigsaw,
I was
a guy.
Hoping, I was hoping we'd get something.
The guy who had his face stitched together. Well, I think what they're doing, it seems to be, is more of like an internal, like Ben Barnes really is turning into this fucking psychopath and cracking and losing it.
Yeah, but you gotta.
But what about his face?
I wish they would. Yeah, you gotta do the face.
Watch the teaser. He's got this mask that's got cracks on. It just doesn't look good. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't go full.
No,
balls.
maybe
they never go full balls to the wall with the Punisher or with the Netflix stuff.
He barely has the skull on his fucking thing. Also, like it's there, but it's faded.
Yeah,
but it looks. I can't wait.
I want to see their testicles against the wall.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Balls to the wall. And then, how soon do you think they'll announce that it's canceled after January 18th?
Immediately
January 19th?
after it comes out.
Yes. Drop it all, and it's canceled. And then we still have Jessica Jones. All right, back to Maddie Miller.
We got Stranger Things season 3 coming on July 4th. Amazing show, super original, love it. I cannot wait. Recently watched Mortal Engines. I can see why this movie didn't do too good in the box office. It kind of reminded me of Into the Badlands, mixed with fighting cities and everything. But it was definitely way too long, and I can see why people didn't really get the concept because it was kind of weird and out there. Michael Bennett made a weird 2-second cameo in the movie. Anthony knows who I'm talking about.
Who is Michael Bennett?
Which movie?
Mortal Engines.
Michael Bennett, the football player?
I guess. He said you would know who he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what he's saying. Michael Bennett, who plays for the Seahawks or used to play for the Seahawks?
He's in Mortal Engines, I guess.
Or no, the Eagles.
That's completely useless information to me.
Okay.
Overall, the movie was kind of interesting, but definitely too far out there for everybody to get. Also watch Bandersnatch on Netflix, the interactive choose your own path story. That was very cool. I like that a lot. I can see more of that style story movies coming to Netflix and every other platforms because it is kind of cool.
You guys Bandersnatched yet?
I did it. I bandered the fuck out
I
of it.
Bandersnatched all over myself last night. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
I did it for like 3 hours.
I was Bandersnatched. I did it twice. I Bandersnatched twice.
Oh.
And I saw
How many endings did you get?
I got all the good endings, all the bad.
I think I got like 6.
Dude, I saw shit the second time, completely different, and I didn't see the first time.
Did you try Bandersnatch, Anthony's?
Not yet.
Here's what we're gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to get Anthony to Bandersnatch this week, and I would like to discuss it next week. How about that? Can we do that, guys?
How about you, Bellotti? Did you Bandersnatch?
I have no idea what that even is. What is it? Can you explain it to me?
Do you have Netflix?
I do. What is this?
Black Mirror, which is a Twilight Zone type show.
Yeah, I saw an episode.
They put out every year they put out a Christmas special. And this year their Christmas special was a choose your own adventure.
Oh, I did hear about
Dude,
this.
it's crazy
Yes.
fun.
I did hear
It's
about
really
this.
amazing. And you can choose the path and you can go back and get different endings and do it again and get a different story. It's fucking ambitious and crazy.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I need to discuss this.
This is just the beginning, folks. It's going to get even more
I want
fucked up.
Anthony Bandersnatch this week. We got to talk about this. It's fucking crazy. All right, back to what's
I found an Imgur post that had a guy saying all the possibilities that would happen, and basically the outcome, the best outcome of this movie is to get a 5 out of 5 rating on the television show. So anyways, that was cool. What are your guys' best memories or things that happened or things that you saw from 2018? Because we really didn't talk about that. All right, guys. Happy 2019. Let's get into it. Talking nerd.
Just somebody throw out a moment. I'll start. Fucking Disney buying Fox.
Yeah,
that's
was huge.
the craziest shit that we wanted to happen. Didn't think it was ever going to happen. By next year, the deal will be complete.
Imran.
Yeah,
I mean, that's good.
it's a big thing.
It's a big deal,
Yeah.
like Disney buying Fox and getting the characters back. But for you personally, you got a fucking PS4 and a Spider-Man game.
Well, I was working up to that, you motherfuckers.
That should be the first thing that you say.
I'm going from the least to the first. Yes. Number one moment is patron saint of awesomeness, John Seifert.
See, you got to blow your load
getting
right
me
there.
a fucking PlayStation 4 and Spider-Man. Absolutely number one, without a doubt. You guys have anything that sticks out to you?
Oh, man.
For 2018?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
what,
I mean,
like
to me,
anything?
that PlayStation 4 is like the biggest thing that ever happened on this podcast.
No, we had other great things.
The pledge drive was awesome too.
Yep.
That was also a great fan moment.
The J Muse drop and photos, that was fucking
Well,
great.
cool.
This is all
the listener roasts episode. I was surprised we got that many things.
it's all fan stuff. That's great.
And-
really.
and-
Yeah, I would go. Let me echo that. The listener roasts, admittedly, I thought those were going to be terrible.
Right?
Though they were all really good.
They're very impressed, guys. You guys killed it. Anthony, we got Wizard World press passes this year. I got to go for free. That was fun.
What is Bellotti like?
I was going to say something, but Imran drowned me out again.
Yeah, of course.
I got nothing to say.
Me too.
Look what you've done, Imran. You've alienated our guests.
I have a way with people.
I don't have to moderate your page, but I do because I love you guys. But now I'm starting to second guess that, Imran.
Oh shit! No, you got to be the bodyguard.
Fine. I'll
like,
be the
Whitney Houston style.
Yes,
The
the
Bellotti
bodyguard. You got to be the Kevin Costner to my
and
Whitney.
I got an itchy trigger finger. Let me tell you. What the hell was I talking about?
I don't know.
Can we rewind, Imran? What the hell are we talking about?
Talk about just like things this
Pop
year that
culture
really.
moments, great moments from the year, something that sticks out.
What, for you guys or in
Or
general?
just in general for you.
Well, I bought a new place. That's like the best thing.
That's nice. Yeah,
But it's not geek related. I think for the podcast, when you were letting everybody call in and then they were talking on the show and it went on too long, so then it became like a controversy where everybody, where Tony and Rug Boy didn't want you reading that stuff anymore or playing it, and then you played one and Rug Boy stopped. He goes, "Stop! Let me tell you what you did wrong." I fucking lost it. I was.
I don't
laughing.
even
I remember where I was.
remember that one.
when Kennedy got shot or when 9/11 happened.
Shit.
I remembered I was at the gym doing legs when I heard that. I lost it.
Yeah, we had to like rope Imran up and like tell him the deal about playing shit on the show.
Yeah.
We had to like make a whole thing.
Listen,
It was you.
There was a lot behind the scenes on that one.
Yeah, but you calling out the guy like, stop. All right. This is what you did wrong. And that was just, it was brilliant. I loved all of it.
Good stuff. That was all scripted and rehearsed.
Me being a complete asshole is always funny for other people.
That's always the highlight of the year.
Yeah, that was
when you don't like it when it happens to you, but it's funny for everybody
Something
else.
sad we can't forget, though, is the passing of Stan Lee.
That was a good episode, too.
Yeah, that was like I look back at the shows we did this year, and one of the shows was called the Stan Lee Situation. Remember, I was like deeply invested. We broke down what was going on, and then for it to finally happen was unreal. But it was great remembering and talking about him. But fucking 2018, year fucking that finally took
Up to
Stan
that
Lee.
point, we had been talking about how his family's screwing him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of his life wasn't great, but
Yeah.
the rest of it was. I mean, the man gave us everything.
We'll get
we
some more
loved.
touching stuff in the next couple
It's
movies.
still like a little raw for me
Yeah.
for Stanley.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of feeling the effects of that.
Yeah.
It is-
It was the Spider-Verse cameo was
That
probably.
cameo was great.
That was tough. And then at the very end, you know what if I was alone watching that movie, I totally would have cried at the very end where they had the quote.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes,
and then
great
there was
dedication.
Yeah, it was Stanley's quote, and then
What was the quote? I forgot what he
quote
said.
was-
Or
hold
what was
on,
the
I'll
what
find
was
it.
what was the gist?
basically doing the right thing when you're.
Something about doing the right thing, right?
Yeah, and then they had the Steve Ditko Stanley little memorial like right after that. I was like, oh god, like that totally got me.
Yeah, they're gonna throw in a couple more in these next films too. The Spider-Man stuff for sure.
The quote was, that person who helps others simply because it should or must be done and because it is the right thing to do is indeed, without a doubt, a real superhero.
And that's Stan Lee. If you read Stan Lee, like his bio, like that's him.
Yeah. It still feels unreal, and I think it will for a while because we got this cameo. There's going to be a cameo in probably the next 3 or 4 Marvel movies. How many did they film? We may still be seeing him through these Marvel movies, and you're going to be like, oh, Stan. It's weird, but it's. I hope they filmed lots of cameos, and then you could just CGI and put him in.
Stan's not dead. He's hanging out with Tupac on that island in
That's
Big
right.
Elvis.
Tupac and Elvis. He's in
And
the Spider-Man
Lenny
game too. There's a cameo. He's everywhere.
Kravitz.
He's at the is he at the Fire Festival? No.
He's at Burning Man.
He's like, pass me that joint, Tupac.
Oh, Stan, hit this shit.
Is that a spliff?
Back in my day,
I used to smoke these.
we smoked out of apples and aluminum cans.
Me and Kirby used to light.
How do you think Ditko came up with all that?
Ditko was doing acid drops.
We used to roll up pages of Batman and get really high.
Yeah. Ditko used to stick pages of Batman in formaldehyde and smoke them.
One time, Kirby dipped a page of Aquaman in PCP and rolled it up. He was never the same after that.
Oh, my God. I hope he's having fun up there.
Stan, we love you up there. You're watching. All right, look, that's the end of the show. Bellotti, plug your shit. How's everything over at robo7.com where you have amazing prints and artwork for sale daily?
Well, first of all, thank you. I do want to break news here. TeePublic, where I do all my T-shirts, they now feature me on their front page, and I'm going to be.
Oh wow! We use TeePublic too for our shop, but nobody
On
buys
their front
anything.
page?
Yeah, I'm on their front page right now, and they're gonna schedule me to be like a regular featured artist on TeePublic.
Yeah.
That is tight.
I see that
Get out of
Godzilla.
here. Really?
Yeah,
Right.
I've been selling
on the kids apparel, right?
Yeah, kids apparel.
Yeah.
So, and I reached out to them because they added me to this. It's like a TeePublic preferred artist page. So
Yeah,
I guess
nice.
I guess I move a lot of product for them, and they said we want you. They're like, we
What
want
kind of
you.
product?
Oh, special.
Well, let's not
product.
talk about it right now.
Special K.
How many pieces of work do you have in your TeePublic shop?
I now uploaded a few. I got like 23 right now.
What is your TeePub? If I wanted to search your design,
Link me.
let me just Robo7.
Robo7. Yeah.
Okay.
ROBO7, the number 7.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
So if I go to TeePublic and go to the kids' T-shirts.
Well, if you go to the homepage right now and you scroll down, you'll see a kid wearing his Popzilla t-shirt.
You can also just search Robo7 and all of these things pop up. Fantastic. Are you so is this your main shop now that you were providing prints and t-shirts, right?
No, prints I do on my own, but that's mainly for T-shirts.
And
Might
or,
get a t-shirt.
or like
tote bags,
mugs and pillows and shit.
Yeah, they have all that merchandise
phone
on there.
It's great work. Where can the people find you on Twitter to tell you how awesome of an artist you are?
What the hell?
Do you use your Twitter?
I do, well, mostly because of you guys. But
Okay.
I think it's like Bellotti_John.
Right on.
And at Twitter or whatever. Website is Robo7, ROBO7.com. Facebook, it's ROBO7, The Art of John Bellotti Jr.
It's amazing artwork, listener. Check it out. Buy some. Get yourself some prints.
Do you see yourself doing like legit comic stuff or just sticking with Godzilla pretty much?
I've been getting a lot of commission work lately.
yeah?
A lot of people ask me to do stuff. I don't know if I could do comics. I tried doing it. I have a day job that takes up a lot of time.
No, I mean like shirt designs and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I want to see a Bellotti Spider-Man. What does that look like?
Oh, I did that years ago, and it was actually one of my best-selling prints before I switched over to Godzilla. I mean, I could do it, but there's so much of that stuff on the market.
Bellotti Hellboy would be amazing.
But the riches are in the niches, and
that's true. You found your audience.
Yeah, I mean, you type in Spider-Man, you can get like a million
That's
Spider-Man
a good
shirts.
point. And you are the guy for Godzilla art. I mean, you're one of the guys that.
What if
comes
you
up.
do like weird shit, like RoboCop?
Oh,
I can do that. I'm actually doing a Game of Death poster, Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I would do some niche shit.
Yeah, some Bruce Lee posters is a good idea.
I want to eventually move into Bruce Lee.
that'd
do
be
that
awesome.
too.
That
would be sick.
It's a natural transition.
Yeah.
Because Japanese and Chinese people are so similar.
They're not the same?
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, what? No, they're not the same? Oh, shit.
Right on. Look, I have links to all these in the show notes. Visit it. Check it out. Ruggs, where can the people find you, and which director will you be pissing off next week?
I don't know. Tune in and find out. Listen, I don't know how it happens. I seem to have like a magnetic Twitter. I just seem to stick to like weird people all the time.
You draw the attention of people that I would never have thought would be drawn to an avatar of a puppet named Rug Boy.
But think about it. Like, there's so many people making asshole comments. What's so special about mine? They're not even that good.
I don't know why you stick out.
I just think that people see a puppet and they're like, fuck this puppet.
You're like, this puppet's an asshole. I'm going after him. Listen, out of all of us, you're the only one who got a like from Kevin Smith on a tweet. So that's fucking
true.
something.
Talking nerd.
That's fucking something. At Really Rug Boy on Twitter. Listener.
Yeah, come find me.
Come find him. Check out his fucking debates. And listener, help us grow. Word of mouth is the best way you can help us grow. Recommend the show to one person this week. That's your homework. Just tell one person.
Make it 10.
Or 10. Look, a lot of people, the holidays ended. They got smart speakers. They got the Google Homes, the Amazon Echo Dots. We can be found on all of those. If they have a new phone, they need some free content. Hook them up. Recommend one person or 10 people. And that's how we're going to grow this empire of stupidity. Thanks for listening this week to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll peep you next week.
My balls was hot.
I missed the old man. Here we
I
go.
think you know your judo well. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Come on, get your hands up.
I don't have that one.
Racist.
Talking nerd.
Get your hands off my penis.